Question 1. Which indigenous group traditionally lives as nomads on the Great Plains, known for hunting buffalo? A. Ojibwe. B. Cree. C. Blackfoot. D. Micmac. Answer: C. Blackfoot. The Blackfoot Confederacy traditionally lived on the Great Plains and were highly dependent on buffalo for sustenance and other needs. Question 2. The Inuit people are indigenous to which part of Canada? A. The prairies. B. The west coast. C. The Arctic regions. D. Southern Ontario. Answer: C. The Arctic regions. The Inuit have traditionally inhabited the Arctic regions of Canada. Question 3. Which historical event is known as a time when the Government of Canada forced many Indigenous children to attend residential schools? A. The Potlatch Ban. B. The Red River Rebellion. C. The 60s Scoop. D. The Indian Act. Answer: D. The Indian Act. The Indian Act led to the establishment of residential schools, where Indigenous children were forced to assimilate into Euro-Canadian culture. Question 4. The term First Nations refers to: A. Only the Inuit people. B. Only the Métis people. C. Neither Inuit nor Métis people. D. All Indigenous peoples in Canada. Answer: C. Neither Inuit nor Métis people. First Nations refers to various Indigenous peoples in Canada who are neither Inuit nor Métis. Question 5. Which treaty is considered the first between Europeans and Indigenous peoples in Canada? A. The Peace and Friendship Treaty. B. The Numbered Treaties. C. The Treaty of Niagara. D. The Douglas Treaties. Answer: A. The Peace and Friendship Treaty. These treaties, starting in 1725, were among the first between European settlers and Indigenous peoples in Canada. Question 6. The potlatch ceremony, a feast and gift-giving event, is associated with which Indigenous culture? A. Iroquois. B. Cree. C. Inuit. D. Kwakwaka'wakw. Answer: D. Kwakwaka'wakw. The potlatch ceremony is a significant aspect of Kwakwaka'wakw culture, as well as other cultures of the Pacific Northwest. Question 7. The Métis people are recognized as one of the Aboriginal peoples in Canada. What is their heritage? A. European and Inuit. B. Inuit and First Nations. C. European and First Nations. D. First Nations and African. Answer: C. European and First Nations. Métis are people of mixed European and First Nations ancestry, and they have their unique culture. Question 8. The historic game of lacrosse was originally played by: A. European settlers. B. Inuit tribes. C. First Nations. D. Vikings. Answer: C. First Nations. Lacrosse is a traditional game played by various First Nations groups. Question 9. The landmark Supreme Court of Canada case, R.V. Sparrow, dealt with which issue? A. Land claims. B. Fishing rights. C. Residential schools. D. Voting rights. Answer: B. Fishing rights. The R.V. Sparrow case in 1990 was a significant ruling concerning the fishing rights of Indigenous peoples. Question 10. The concept of wampum belts is most closely associated with which Indigenous group? A. Haida. B. Iroquois. C. Blackfoot. D. Salish. Answer: B. Iroquois. Wampum belts are traditional shell beadwork used by the Iroquois and other eastern woodlands tribes. Question 11. Which Indigenous group is known for their expert seafaring and canoe-building skills? A. Micmac. B. Mohawk. C. Haida. D. Ojibwe. Answer: C. Haida. The Haida, located on the northwest coast, are renowned for their seafaring and canoe-building skills. Question 12. The sun dance is a ceremony practiced predominantly by which group of indigenous peoples? A. Inuit. B. Plains First Nations. C. Northwest Coast First Nations. D. Woodland First Nations. Answer: B. Plains First Nations. The sun dance is a ceremony conducted by Plains First Nations, such as the Blackfoot and Cree. Question 13. Who is a famous Mantis leader known for his role in the Red River and Northwest Rebellions? A. Tecumseh. B. Sitting Bull. C. Louis Riel. D. Joseph Brant. Answer: C. Louis Riel. He is known for his leadership in the Red River and Northwest Rebellions, defending Mantis rights. Question 14. The historical event known as the Trail of Tears primarily affected indigenous peoples in A. Canada. B. The United States. C. Mexico. D. Greenland. Answer: B. The United States. The Trail of Tears was a series of forced relocations of indigenous peoples in the United States, not Canada. Question 15. The term Two-Spirit is used to describe a distinct social and cultural role among A. First Nations. B. Inuit. C. Mantis. D. All of the above. Answer: A. First Nations. Two-Spirit refers to a person who embodies qualities of both male and female genders and holds a distinctive role in many First Nations cultures. Question 16. Which of the following is not a traditional Inuit dwelling? A. Igloo. B. Teepee. C. Sod house. D. Tent. Answer: B. Teepee. Teepees were traditionally used by the Plains First Nations, not the Inuit. Question 17. The historic document known as the Treaty of Niagara was significant for A. Ending the War of 1812. B. Establishing peace between British settlers and the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. C. Granting Newfoundland its independence. D. Marking the boundaries of New France. Answer: B. Establishing peace between British settlers and the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. The Treaty of Niagara in 1764 was a foundational agreement between British settlers and the Haudenosaunee Iroquois Confederacy. Question 18. The Oka Crisis of 1990 was a land dispute between the Mohawk people and the town of Oka, primarily over A. Fishing rights. B. Gold mining claims. C. Construction of a golf course. D. Oil drilling permits. Answer: C. Construction of a golf course. The dispute arose over the expansion of a golf course onto sacred Mohawk lands. Question 19. Which First Nations group is predominantly found in the Eastern Woodlands region of Canada? A. Inuit. B. Salish. C. Micmac. D. Tlingit. Answer: C. Micmac. The Micmac are part of the larger group of First Nations peoples inhabiting the Eastern Woodlands region. Question 20. The term unceded territory refers to lands that A. Were taken by force from indigenous peoples. B. Were sold by indigenous peoples to settlers. C. Were peacefully given to settlers. D. Were never surrendered by indigenous peoples through treaties. Answer: D. Were never surrendered by indigenous peoples through treaties. Unceded territory means that the land was never formally relinquished by its original indigenous inhabitants. Question 21. Who is credited with discovering Newfoundland in 1497? A. Jacques Cartier. B. Samuel de Champlain. C. John Cabot. D. Henry Hudson. Answer: C. John Cabot. John Cabot is credited with the discovery of Newfoundland in 1497, which marked the beginning of European exploration in Canada. Question 22. The first successful French settlement in Canada was established by Samuel de Champlain in what year? A. 1604. B. 1608. C. 1610. D. 1620. Answer B. 1608. Samuel de Champlain established the first successful French settlement in Quebec City in 1608. Question 23. Which explorer sailed up this state? Lawrence River in 1534, claiming the land for France. A. John Cabot. B. Henry Hudson. C. Jacques Cartier. D. Christopher Columbus. Answer C. Jacques Cartier. Jacques Cartier sailed up this state. Lawrence River in 1534, claiming the land for France. Question 24. The Hudson's Bay Company, established in 1670, was primarily involved in what trade? A. Spices. B. Gold. C. Fur. D. Tea. Answer C. Fur. The Hudson's Bay Company was established in 1670 and was primarily involved in the fur trade. Question 25. The conflict between British and French settlers in the early 17th century is known as what? A. The French and Indian War. B. The War of 1812. C. The 7 Years' War. D. The American Revolution. Answer A. The French and Indian War. The conflict between British and French settlers in the early 17th century is known as the French and Indian War. Question 26. Which French explorer established the first permanent European settlement north of Florida? A. Jacques Cartier. B. René Robert Cavelier, Sieur de la Salle. C. Samuel de Champlain. D. Pierre Dugas, Sieur de Mons. Answer C. Samuel de Champlain. Samuel de Champlain established the first permanent European settlement north of Florida in Quebec City. Question 27. The British conquest of New France happened after which pivotal battle in 1759? A. Battle of the Plains of Abraham. B. Battle of Ticonderoga. C. Battle of Quebec. D. Battle of Fort Frontenac. Answer A. Battle of the Plains of Abraham. The British conquest of New France happened after the Battle of the Plains of Abraham in 1759. Question 28. Who was the British explorer who claimed the Pacific Northwest for Great Britain in 1793? A. Alexander Mackenzie. B. Henry Hudson. C. David Thompson. D. James Cook. Answer A. Alexander Mackenzie. Alexander Mackenzie claimed the Pacific Northwest for Great Britain in 1793. Question 29. What was the primary motive for European exploration of Canada in the 15th and 16th centuries? A. Religious freedom. B. Finding a northwest passage to Asia. C. Escaping political persecution. D. Establishing utopian societies. Answer B. Finding a northwest passage to Asia. The primary motive for European exploration of Canada in the 15th and 16th centuries was finding a northwest passage to Asia. Question 30. Who was the first European to explore the interior of what is now Canada, reaching the Gulf of this state? Lawrence River. A. John Cabot. B. Jacques Cartier. C. Samuel de Champlain. D. Henry Hudson. Answer B. Jacques Cartier. Jacques Cartier was the first European to explore the interior of what is now Canada, reaching the Gulf of this state. Lawrence River. Question 31. The first European child born in Canada was of which nationality? A. French. B. English. C. Icelandic. D. Spanish. Answer A. French. The first European child born in Canada was of French nationality. Question 32. In 1610, Henry Hudson explored the bay that now bears his name in search of what? A. A northwest passage to Asia. B. Gold and silver. C. A southern route to the Pacific. D. Trade routes to India. Answer A. A northwest passage to Asia. In 1610, Henry Hudson explored the bay that now bears his name in search of a northwest passage to Asia. Question 33. Which European power established the colony of Acadia in the early 17th century? A. Spain. B. France. C. England. D. Netherlands. Answer. B. France. France established the colony of Acadia in the early 17th century. Question 34. The coureurs de bois, essential to the fur trade, were adventurous traders from which country? A. England. B. France. C. Spain. D. Portugal. Answer. B. France. The coureurs des bois were adventurous traders from France, essential to the fur trade. Question 35. Which treaty ended the French and Indian War, resulting in France ceding its Canadian territories to Britain? A. Treaty of Paris, 1763. B. Treaty of Utrecht, 1713. C. Treaty of Versailles, 1919. D. Treaty of Ghent, 1814. Answer. A. Treaty of Paris, 1763. The Treaty of Paris in 1763 ended the French and Indian War, with France ceding its Canadian territories to Britain. Question 36. In 1670, King Charles II granted the Hudson's Bay Company a charter over lands draining into which body of water? A. The Atlantic Ocean. B. Hudson Bay. C. The Pacific Ocean. D. The Great Lakes. Answer. B. Hudson Bay. In 1670, King Charles II granted the Hudson's Bay Company a charter over lands draining into Hudson Bay. Question 37. The Jesuits, also known as the Society of Jesus, played a significant role in which aspect of early Canadian history? A. Military conquest. B. Trade and commerce. C. Education and missionary work. D. Political governance. Answer. C. Education and missionary work. The Jesuits played a significant role in education and missionary work in early Canadian history. Question 38. What was the primary economic activity of New France? A. Agriculture. B. Gold mining. C. Fur trade. D. Shipbuilding. Answer. C. Fur trade. The primary economic activity of New France was the fur trade. Question 39. Who was the English sea explorer and navigator who made 3 voyages to the Pacific Ocean, including the coast of Canada? A. Henry Hudson. B. James Cook. C. Walter Raleigh. D. Francis Drake. Answer. B. James Cook. James Cook was the English sea explorer and navigator who made 3 voyages to the Pacific Ocean, including the coast of Canada. Question 40. Leif Erikson, a Norse explorer, is believed to have reached the shores of Canada around the year 1000. What was the name given to the settlement? A. Vinland. B. New France. C. Norumbega. D. L'Anse aux Meadows. Answer. A. Vinland. Leif Erikson, a Norse explorer, is believed to have reached the shores of Canada around the year 1000, and the settlement was named Vinland. Question 41. What year was the Canadian Confederation formed? A. 1860. B. 1867. C. 1871. D. 1885. Answer. B. 1867. The Canadian Confederation was formed on July 1, 1867, when the British North America Act came into effect, uniting the 3 separate colonies of Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick into a single dominion within the British Empire. Question 42. Who is considered the father of Confederation? A. John A. Macdonald. B. George Asian Cartier. C. Charles Tupper. D. Thomas D'Arcy McGee. Answer. A. John A. Macdonald. Sir John A. MacDonald is often referred to as the father of Confederation for his pivotal role in the formation of the Canadian Confederation and later becoming the first Prime Minister of Canada. Question 43. Which province was the first to join the Canadian Confederation after the original four? A. Manitoba. B. British Columbia. C. Prince Edward Island. D. Alberta. Answer. A. Manitoba. Manitoba was the first province to join the Canadian Confederation after the original four, becoming the fifth province on July 15, 1870. Question 44. What was the primary reason for British Columbia joining the Canadian Confederation? A. Gold rush. B. Promise of a transcontinental railway. C. British pressure. D. Large population. Answer. B. Promise of a transcontinental railway. British Columbia agreed to join the Canadian Confederation in 1871 primarily due to the promise of a transcontinental railway connecting it to the eastern provinces. Question 45. The completion of which infrastructure project was crucial for the expansion of Canada in the 19th century? A. The Erie Canal. B. The Canadian Pacific Railway. C. The St. Lawrence Seaway. D. The Trans-Canada Highway. Answer. B. The Canadian Pacific Railway. The completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway in 1885 was a monumental event in Canadian history, as it physically linked the country from east to west, facilitating the movement of people and goods. Question 46. Which territory was created in 1898 due to the Klondike Gold Rush? A. Yukon Territory. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. Alberta. Answer. A. Yukon Territory. The Yukon Territory was created in 1898 to establish Canadian governance and law and order in the region due to the influx of people during the Klondike Gold Rush. Question 47. What was the primary industry in the prairies following Confederation? A. Fishing. B. Forestry. C. Agriculture. D. Mining. Answer. C. Agriculture. The prairies became Canada's breadbasket, with agriculture being the primary industry due to the fertile land suitable for wheat cultivation and other crops. Question 48. What was the purpose of the national policy implemented by John A. MacDonald? A. To establish health care. B. To unify Canadian provinces. C. To promote immigration and trade. D. To implement protective tariffs and foster industrialization. Answer. D. To implement protective tariffs and foster industrialization. The national policy was a Canadian economic program introduced by John A. MacDonald's government in 1879. It sought to promote Canadian industry by implementing high tariffs on imported manufactured items to protect Canadian manufacturing. Question 49. The Red River Rebellion was led by which Métis leader? A. Louis Riel. B. Gabriel Dumont. C. Big Bear. D. Poundmaker. Answer. A. Louis Riel. Louis Riel was a Métis leader who led the Red River Rebellion in 1869 to 1870, advocating for the rights and protection of the Métis people in the face of Canadian expansion. Question 50. Which of the following provinces joined Confederation in 1905? A. Newfoundland and Labrador. B. Saskatchewan and Alberta. C. Prince Edward Island. British Columbia. Answer. B. Saskatchewan and Alberta. Both Saskatchewan and Alberta joined the Canadian Confederation in 1905 as part of the expansion of Canada. Question 51. What was the primary motivation for the expansion of the Canadian Pacific Railway? A. Military strategy. B. Economic growth. C. Connecting British colonies. Exploratory purposes. Answer. B. Economic growth. The expansion of the Canadian Pacific Railway was driven primarily by economic growth, aiming to facilitate trade and the movement of goods and people across the vast country. Question 52. Who was the key architect behind the expansion of the Canadian Pacific Railway? A. William Van Horne. B. John A. MacDonald. C. George Stephen. Alexander Mackenzie. Answer. A. William Van Horne. William Van Horne was the general manager and later president of the Canadian Pacific Railway, playing a key role in its rapid expansion. Question 53. The Fenian raids were attempts to invade Canada by which group? A. British Loyalists. B. French Revolutionaries. C. Irish Nationalists. American Expansionists. Answer. C. Irish Nationalists. The Fenian raids were a series of armed incursions into Canada by Irish nationalists from the United States, occurring in the late 1860s and early 1870s. Question 54. Which province was known as Canada's Ocean Playground due to its maritime industry? A. Nova Scotia. B. New Brunswick. C. British Columbia. Prince Edward Island. Answer. A. Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, with its extensive coastline and maritime heritage, has been traditionally known as Canada's Ocean Playground. Question 55. What was the primary purpose of the Dominion Lands Act of 1872? A. To establish national parks. B. To settle the West and encourage agriculture. C. To regulate the fishing industry. D. To establish indigenous reserves. Answer. B. To settle the West and encourage agriculture. The Dominion Lands Act of 1872 was intended to encourage settlement in the Canadian West by offering land at little or no cost to settlers willing to cultivate it. Question 56. The Northwest Rebellion of 1885 was led by which Mahdist leader? A. Louis Riel. B. Gabriel Dumont. C. Poundmaker. D. Big Bear. Answer. A. Louis Riel. Louis Riel was also the leader of the Northwest Rebellion in 1885, a conflict between the Canadian government and the Métis and First Nations in the District of Saskatchewan. Question 57. What was the primary objective of the Indian Act of 1876? A. To provide health care to Indigenous peoples. B. To assimilate Indigenous peoples into Canadian society. C. To establish trade agreements with Indigenous nations. To declare war on Indigenous nations. Answer. B. To assimilate Indigenous peoples into Canadian society. The Indian Act of 1876 was designed to assimilate Indigenous peoples into Canadian society by imposing European customs and governance, often at the expense of Indigenous cultures and traditions. Question 58. The Charlottetown Conference of 1864 was crucial for the formation of the Canadian Confederation because it was A. The first meeting of the Fathers of Confederation. B. A conference to end the War of 1812. C. A meeting to establish the Canadian Pacific Railway. A trade conference between Canada and the United States. Answer. A. The first meeting of the Fathers of Confederation. The Charlottetown Conference of 1864 was the first meeting of the Fathers of Confederation, where discussions regarding the union of the British North American colonies took place. Question 59. The creation of Manitoba in 1870 was a direct result of A. The Klondike Gold Rush. B. The Red River Rebellion. C. The construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway. D. The Fenian Raids. Answer. B. The Red River Rebellion. The creation of Manitoba was a direct result of the Red River Rebellion, a conflict led by the Métis under Louis Riel in the Red River Colony. Question 60. The Alaska boundary dispute was resolved through A. A war between Canada and the United States. B. A referendum in the affected territories. C. Arbitration by an international tribunal. D. A bilateral treaty between Canada and Russia. Answer C. Arbitration by an international tribunal. The Alaska boundary dispute was resolved in 1903 through arbitration by an international tribunal, which largely sided with the American interpretation of the boundary. Question 61. Which battle is considered a significant victory for Canada during World War I? A. Battle of the Somme. B. Battle of Ypres. C. Battle of Vimy Ridge. D. Battle of Passchendaele. Answer C. Battle of Vimy Ridge. The Battle of Vimy Ridge in April 1917 is often considered a defining moment for Canada, where Canadian forces succeeded where others had failed, establishing a sense of national pride and international recognition. Question 62. During World War II, which beach were Canadian forces primarily responsible for during the day landings? A. Omaha Beach. B. Gold Beach. C. Juno Beach. D. Sword Beach. Answer C. Juno Beach. On June 6, 1944, Canadian forces were tasked with capturing Juno Beach during the D-Day landings in Normandy, France. Question 63. What was the name of the Canadian government's policy for military conscription during World War II? A. Conscription Crisis of 1944. B. National Resources Mobilization Act. C. War Measures Act. D. Military Service Act. Answer B. National Resources Mobilization Act. The National Resources Mobilization Act of 1940 allowed the Canadian government to conscript men for home defense, but not for overseas service, until the policy changed in late 1944. Question 64. Which Canadian ship played a significant role in the sinking of the German battleship Bismarck? A. HMCS Haida. B. HMCS Halifax. C. HMCS Sackville. D. HMCS Prince of Wales. Answer D. HMCS Prince of Wales. The HMCS Prince of Wales played a significant role in the battle that led to the sinking of the German battleship Bismarck in May 1941. Question 65. What was the purpose of the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan? A. To evacuate British children to Canada. B. To train Allied airmen in Canada. C. To develop new aircraft technologies. D. To establish air bases in Britain. Answer B. To train Allied airmen in Canada. The British Commonwealth Air Training Plan was a massive joint military aircrew training program created by the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand during World War II. Question 66. The Battle of the Atlantic was primarily fought to control A. The Pacific Ocean. B. The Atlantic Ocean. C. The Mediterranean Sea. D. The North Sea. Answer B. The Atlantic Ocean. The Battle of the Atlantic was the longest continuous military campaign in World War II, running from 1939 to the defeat of Nazi Germany in 1945, and was fought for control of the Atlantic sea routes. Question 67. Which Canadian unit was known for its role in liberating the Netherlands during World War II? A. The Royal 22nd Regiment. B. The Loyal Edmonton Regiment. C. The Royal Winnipeg Rifles. D. The Canadian Parachute Battalion. Answer B. The Loyal Edmonton Regiment. The Loyal Edmonton Regiment, among others, played a crucial role in the liberation of the Netherlands in the final stages of World War II. Question 68. The DEP raid during World War II was primarily conducted by A. American forces. B. British forces. C. Canadian forces. D. Soviet forces. Answer C. Canadian forces. The Dieppe raid in 1942 was predominantly carried out by Canadian forces and is remembered for the high casualty rate. Question 69. Which Canadian was the commander of the 1st Canadian Army during World War II? A. General Andrew McNaughton. B. General Arthur Currie. C. General Harry Crowar. D. General Guy Simons. Answer: C. General Harry Crowar. General Harry Crowar was the commander of the 1st Canadian Army, which played a significant role in the Allied invasion of Normandy and the liberation of Europe. Question 70. The conscription crisis during World War I in Canada was a result of A. Food shortages, B. The introduction of income tax, C. Mandatory military service, D. Censorship laws. Answer: C. Mandatory military service. The conscription crisis of 1917 was a political and military crisis following the introduction of forced military service for men in Canada during World War I. Question 71. Which Canadian Victoria Cross recipient is known for his heroic actions at the Battle of Hill 70 during World War I? A. Andrew Mynarski, B. Billy Bishop, C. Leo Clark, D. John McCrae. Answer: C. Leo Clark. Leo Clark was awarded the Victoria Cross for his actions during the Battle of Hill 70 in August 1917, where he fought off a large group of German attackers. Question 72. What was the main role of Canadian women during World War II? A. Serving in combat roles. B. Working in munitions factories. C. Serving as peacekeepers. D. Flying aircraft overseas. Answer: B. Working in munitions factories. Canadian women contributed significantly to the war effort by taking on jobs in munitions factories and other industries while men were serving overseas. Question 73. In World War I, the Canadian Corps captured Vimy Ridge with a tactic known as A. Blitzkrieg, B. Trench warfare, C. The creeping barrage, D. Naval blockade. Answer: C. The creeping barrage. The Canadian Corps used the tactic of the creeping barrage, an artillery attack that slowly moves forward in sequence with the infantry advance at Vimy Ridge. Question 74. The Italian campaign during World War II saw significant participation from A. The Royal Canadian Navy, B. The Royal Canadian Air Force, C. The 1st Canadian Infantry Division, D. The Canadian Home Guard. Answer: C. The 1st Canadian Infantry Division. The 1st Canadian Infantry Division, among other Canadian forces, played a significant role in the Italian campaign during World War II. Question 75. Which of the following was a significant Canadian naval engagement during World War II? A. Battle of Jutland, B. Battle of Midway, C. Battle of the Coral Sea, D. Battle of the St. Lawrence. Answer: D. Battle of the St. Lawrence. The Battle of the St. Lawrence involved Canadian naval and air forces fighting German U-boats in the St. Lawrence River and Gulf during World War II. Question 76. Which Canadian poet and physician wrote the famous war memorial poem In Flanders Fields during World War I? A. Duncan Campbell Scott, B. E. J. Pratt, C. John McCrae, D. Frederick George Scott. Answer: C. John McCrae. Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae was a Canadian poet, physician, author, artist, and soldier during World War I, and he wrote the famous poem In Flanders Fields. Question 77. The Canadian government's policy to intern Japanese Canadians during World War II was due to A. Labor disputes, B. Fear of espionage and sabotage, C. Economic competition, D. Cultural differences. Answer: B. Fear of espionage and sabotage. Japanese Canadians were interned during World War II due to fears of espionage and sabotage following the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Question 78. Which of the following was a Canadian flying ace during World War I? A. George Burling, B. William Avery Bishop, C. Robert Hampton Gray, D. Raymond Collishaw. Answer: B. William Avery Bishop. William Avery Billy Bishop was a Canadian flying ace and Victoria Cross recipient during World War I. Question 79. The Royal Canadian Air Force played a crucial role in the Battle of Britain by A. Supplying aircraft, B. Training pilots, C. Providing ground support, D. Flying combat missions. Answer: D. Flying combat missions. The Royal Canadian Air Force, alongside other Allied air forces, played a crucial role in the Battle of Britain by flying combat missions against the German Luftwaffe. Question 80. Canada's 100 Days Offensive in World War I refers to A. The last 100 days of the war, B. The first 100 days of the war, C. The 100 days following the Battle of Vimy Ridge, D. The 100 days of training before deployment. Answer: A. The last 100 days of the war. Canada's 100 Days Offensive refers to the series of attacks made by the Canadian Corps during the last 100 days of World War I, leading to significant Allied victories. Question 81. The Canadian Bill of Rights, enacted in 1960, was introduced by which Prime Minister? A. Lester B. Pearson, B. Pierre Trudeau, C. John Diefenbaker, D. William Lyon Mackenzie King. Answer: C. John Diefenbaker. John Diefenbaker introduced the Canadian Bill of Rights in 1960, aiming to protect various civil rights and freedoms. Question 82. Which event in 1982 significantly changed the Canadian Constitution? A. The signing of the North American Free Trade Agreement, B. The patriation of the Canadian Constitution, C. The establishment of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, D. Both B and C. Answer: D. Both B and C. In 1982, the Canadian Constitution was patriated and the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms was established. Question 83. The Official Languages Act, making French and English the official languages of Canada, was passed in what year? A. 1969, B. 1971, C. 1982, D. 1988. Answer: A. 1969. The Official Languages Act was passed in 1969, making French and English the official languages of Canada. Question 84. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Canada? A. Kim Campbell, B. Margaret Thatcher, C. Elizabeth May, D. Charlotte Whitten. Answer: A. Kim Campbell. Kim Campbell served as the first and, so far, only female Prime Minister of Canada in 1993. Question 85. The Meech Lake Accord, a set of constitutional amendments, failed to gain the approval of all provinces by which year? A. 1987, B. 1990, C. 1992, D. 1995. Answer: B. 1990. The Meech Lake Accord failed to gain the approval of all provinces by 1990, leading to its collapse. Question 86. In what year did Canada officially adopt its red and white flag with the maple leaf? A. 1957, B. 1965, C. 1972, D. 1980. Answer: B. 1965. Canada officially adopted its red and white flag with the maple leaf in 1965. Question 87. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, which included Canada, was signed in what year? A. 1984, B. 1989, C. 1994, D. 1998. Answer: C. 1994. NAFTA, which included Canada, the United States, and Mexico, was signed in 1994. Question 88. The residential school system in Canada officially ended in which year? A. 1969, B. 1978, C. 1986, D. 1996. Answer D. 1996. The last federally run residential school in Canada closed in 1996. Question 89. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms is part of which constitutional document? A. British North America Act. B. Constitution Act, 1867. C. Constitution Act, 1982. D. Statute of Westminster. Answer C. Constitution Act, 1982. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms is part of the Constitution Act, 1982. Question 90. Who was the Prime Minister that officially apologized on behalf of Canada for the head tax imposed on Chinese immigrants? A. Jean Chrétien. B. Stephen Harper. C. Justin Trudeau. D. Paul Martin. Answer B. Stephen Harper. Prime Minister Stephen Harper officially apologized in 2006 for the head tax imposed on Chinese immigrants. Question 91. The term Trudeaumania refers to the popularity of which Canadian Prime Minister? A. Pierre Trudeau. B. Justin Trudeau. C. Lester B. Pearson. D. Brian Mulroney. Answer A. Pierre Trudeau. Trudeaumania refers to the popularity of Pierre Trudeau in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Question 92. The Oka Crisis of 1990 was a land dispute between the Mohawk people and the town of Oka over what type of development? A. A highway extension. B. A residential housing project. C. A golf course expansion. D. A commercial mall. Answer C. A golf course expansion. The Oka Crisis was a land dispute over the expansion of a golf course onto sacred Mohawk land. Question 93. In which year did Canada celebrate its 100th anniversary as a confederated country? A. 1967. B. 1976. C. 1982. D. 1992. Answer A. 1967. Canada celebrated its centennial in 1967, marking 100 years since Confederation in 1867. Question 94. The Clarity Act, related to the conditions under which a province could secede from Canada, was passed in what year? A. 1995. B. 1998. C. 2000. D. 2003. Answer C. 2000. The Clarity Act was passed in 2000 following the Quebec referendums on sovereignty. Question 95. In what year did Canada introduce its first colored banknote, the $20 bill? A. 1969. B. 1986. C. 1991. D. 2001. Answer B. 1986. Canada introduced its first colored banknote, the $20 bill, in 1986. Question 96. The Quiet Revolution, a period of intense socio-political and socio-cultural change, occurred primarily in which Canadian province? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Alberta. D. British Columbia. Answer B. Quebec. The Quiet Revolution occurred in Quebec during the 1960s. Question 97. Which Prime Minister officially declared February as Black History Month in Canada? A. Jean Chrétien. B. Stephen Harper. C. Paul Martin. D. Justin Trudeau. Answer A. Jean Chrétien. Prime Minister Jean Chrétien officially declared February as Black History Month in Canada in 1995. Question 98. The Charter of the French Language, also known as Bill 101, was passed by the government of which province? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. New Brunswick. D. Manitoba. Answer B. Quebec. Bill 101, the The Charter of the French language was passed by the Quebec government in 1977. Question 99. The first Canadian woman in space, Roberta Bondar, flew on the Space Shuttle Discovery in what year? A. 1983. B. 1992. C. 1995. D. 1999. Answer: B. 1992. Roberta Bondar flew aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery in 1992, becoming the first Canadian woman in space. Question 100. Which Canadian Prime Minister introduced the National Energy Program, NEP? A. Joe Clark. B. Pierre Trudeau. C. Brian Mulroney. D. John Turner. Answer: B. Pierre Trudeau. Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau introduced the National Energy Program in 1980. Question 101. What are the three main levels of government in Canada? A. Federal, provincial, municipal. B. Federal, state, local. C. Federal, district, regional. D. Central, territorial, community. Answer: A. Federal, provincial, municipal. Canada is a federation composed of three main levels of government: federal, provincial or territorial, and municipal. Question 102. Who is the head of state in Canada? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The Monarch. D. The President. Answer: C. The Monarch. The Monarch, currently King Charles III, is the head of state in Canada, represented federally by the Governor-General. Question 103. What is the role of the Governor-General? A. Leading the ruling political party. B. Representing the provinces. C. Representing the monarch. D. Being the head of the government. Answer: C. Representing the monarch. The Governor-General represents the monarch at the federal level and performs various ceremonial duties. Question 104. Which body is the main legislative authority in Canada? A. The Senate. B. The House of Commons. C. The Supreme Court. D. The Governor-General's office. Answer: B. The House of Commons. The main legislative authority lies with the House of Commons, where members of Parliament, MPs, debate and pass laws. Question 105. What is the role of the Senate in Canada? A. Proposing laws. B. Representing regions. C. Enforcing laws. D. Governing provinces. Answer: B. Representing regions. The Senate reviews legislation from a regional perspective and represents the interests of Canada's various regions. Question 106. Who is the head of government in Canada? A. The Governor-General. B. The Monarch. C. The Prime Minister. D. The Speaker of the House. Answer: C. The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the head of government and is responsible for leading the country's executive branch and government operations. Question 107. How are members of Parliament, MPs, chosen? A. Appointed by the Prime Minister. B. Elected by provincial governments. C. Appointed by the monarch. D. Elected by Canadian citizens. Answer: D. Elected by Canadian citizens. MPs are elected by Canadian citizens in their respective electoral districts, known as ridings. Question 108. How many seats are there in the House of Commons? A. 105. B. 308. C. 338. D. 400. Answer: C. 338. As of my last update, the House of Commons has 338 seats, each representing an electoral district. Question 109. Who appoints senators in Canada? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Monarch. C. The Governor-General. D. The Speaker of the Senate. Answer: A. The Prime Minister. Senators are appointed by the Prime Minister and formally appointed by the Governor-General. Question 110. What is the highest court in Canada? A. The Federal Court. B. The Court of Appeal. C. The Supreme Court. D. The High Court. Answer: C. The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of Canada is the highest court and the final court of appeal in the country. Question 111. Who is responsible for calling federal elections in Canada? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor General. C. The Chief Electoral Officer. D. The Monarch. Answer: B. The Governor General. The Governor General calls federal elections, usually on the advice of the Prime Minister. Question 112. What system is used to elect members of Parliament in Canada? A. Proportional representation. B. First past the post. C. Single transferable vote. D. Mixed member proportional. Answer: B. First past the post. Canada uses the first past the post system, where the candidate with the most votes in an electoral district wins a seat in the House of Commons. Question 113. What is the main role of the official opposition in Canada? A. To enforce laws. B. To appoint senators. C. To challenge and scrutinize government policies. D. To govern the provinces. Answer: C. To challenge and scrutinize government policies. The official opposition is responsible for challenging government policies and holding it accountable. Question 114. How is the Prime Minister of Canada chosen? A. Directly elected by Canadian citizens. B. Appointed by the Governor General. C. The leader of the party with the most seats in the House of Commons. D. Elected by members of Parliament. Answer: C. The leader of the party with the most seats in the House of Commons. The Prime Minister is usually the leader of the party that holds the majority of seats in the House of Commons. Question 115. What is the purpose of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms? A. To outline the structure of the government. B. To protect the rights and freedoms of Canadians. C. To govern international relations. D. To regulate trade and commerce. Answer: B. To protect the rights and freedoms of Canadians. The Charter safeguards individual rights and freedoms, such as freedom of expression and the right to equality. Question 116. How often must federal elections be held in Canada? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. Every 6 years. Answer: C. Every 5 years. Federal elections must be held at least every 5 years, but the Prime Minister can advise the Governor General to call an election sooner. Question 117. What is a minority government? A. A government without any opposition. B. A government where one party holds all the seats. C. A government where the ruling party has less than half the seats. D. A government formed by multiple parties. Answer: C. A government where the ruling party has less than half the seats. In a minority government, the party in power holds fewer than half the total seats in the House of Commons. Question 118. What is the role of the Speaker of the House of Commons? A. To represent the monarch. B. To lead the official opposition. C. To preside over debates and maintain order. D. To appoint senators. Answer: C. To preside over debates and maintain order. The Speaker is responsible for maintaining order during debates and ensuring that the rules of the House are followed. Question 119. Who has the power to declare war and peace in Canada? A. The monarch. B. The Governor General. C. The Prime Minister. D. The Minister of Defense. Answer: B. The Governor General. The Governor General has the formal power to declare war and peace, usually on the advice of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. Question 120. What is the role of the Lieutenant Governors in the provinces? A. To represent the monarch. B. To lead the provincial governments. C. To enforce federal laws. D. To appoint provincial judges. Answer. A. To represent the monarch. Lieutenant governors represent the monarch at the provincial level and perform various ceremonial duties. Question 121. What is the minimum age to vote in federal elections in Canada? A. 16. B. 18. C. 21. D. 25. Answer. B. 18. In Canada, citizens who are 18 years of age or older on election day are eligible to vote. Question 122. How often are federal elections held in Canada? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. When the Prime Minister calls for it. Answer. C. Every 5 years. According to the Canada Elections Act, a federal election is scheduled every 5 years. However, it can be called earlier. Question 123. Which party is known as Canada's oldest political party? A. Conservative Party. B. Liberal Party. C. New Democratic Party, NDP. D. Green Party. Answer. B. Liberal Party. The Liberal Party, founded in 1867, is considered Canada's oldest continually active federal political party. Question 124. What is the role of the Governor-General in Canadian elections? A. Running the campaign. B. Voting in the election. C. Dissolving Parliament. D. Announcing the winner. Answer. C. Dissolving Parliament. The Governor-General has the formal responsibility of dissolving the Parliament upon the Prime Minister's advice, leading to a general election. Question 125. Which political party introduced the universal healthcare system in Canada? A. Liberal Party. B. Progressive Conservative Party. C. New Democratic Party, NDP. D. Bloc Québécois. Answer. C. New Democratic Party, NDP. The NDP, under the leadership of Tommy Douglas in Saskatchewan, was the first to introduce universal health care at the provincial level, which later expanded nationwide. Question 126. What is a minority government? A. A government where the Prime Minister is from a minority group. B. A government formed by 2 or more political parties. C. A government where the ruling party has less than half the seats in Parliament. D. A government that only serves for a short period. Answer. C. A government where the ruling party has less than half the seats in Parliament. This means they need support from other parties to pass legislation. Question 127. What is the main function of political parties in Canada? A. Organize protests. B. Provide public services. C. Nominate candidates and win elections. D. Monitor the judiciary. Answer. C. Nominate candidates and win elections. Political parties select candidates to run for public office and aim to win elections to implement their policies. Question 128. What is the first past the post system? A. A system where the first candidate to get 50% of the votes wins. B. A system where candidates must pass a series of posts or goals. C. A system where the candidate with the most votes in a riding wins the seat. D. A system where voters rank candidates in order of preference. Answer. C. A system where the candidate with the most votes in a riding wins the seat. It's the current electoral system used in Canada. Question 129. Which of the following is not a federal political party in Canada? A. Conservative Party. B. Quebec Solidaire. C. Green Party. D. Bloc Québécois. Answer. B. Quebec Solidaire. Quebec Solidaire is a provincial political party in Quebec, not a federal party. Question 130. Who is eligible to run for Prime Minister in Canada? A. Any Canadian citizen over the age of 21. B. Any member of the House of Commons. C. Any Canadian citizen over the age of 18. D. Any member of the Senate. Answer. B. Any member of the House of Commons. The Prime Minister is usually the leader of the party that wins the most seats in the House of Commons. Question 131. When did women get the right to vote in federal elections in Canada? A. 1916. B. 1918. C. 1920. D. 1925. Answer. B. 1918. Women gained the right to vote in federal elections in 1918, although some provinces granted this right earlier. Question 132. What is a riding in Canadian politics? A. A political scandal. B. A parliamentary session. C. An electoral district. D. A political debate. Answer. C. An electoral district. A riding is another term for an electoral district from which members of Parliament, MPs, are elected. Question 133. Which party is typically associated with the Labour movement in Canada? A. Liberal Party. B. Conservative Party. C. New Democratic Party, NDP. D. Bloc Québécois. Answer. C. New Democratic Party, NDP. The NDP has historical ties to labor unions and the labor movement in Canada. Question 134. How is the leader of a political party chosen in Canada? A. By the sitting Prime Minister. B. Through a general vote by party members. C. By the Governor-General. D. Through a lottery system. Answer. B. Through a general vote by party members. Party leaders are usually chosen by the party membership through a leadership election or convention. Question 135. What is a whip in Canadian politics? A. A disciplinary tool. B. A political strategy. C. An official who ensures party discipline. A type of political advertisement. Answer. C. An official who ensures party discipline. The whip is responsible for ensuring that members of the party attend and vote in Parliament according to the party's policies. Question 136. What is the role of the official opposition in Canada? A. To take over if the government resigns. B. To support the government's legislation. C. To criticize and offer alternatives to government policies. D. To organize state functions. Answer. C. To criticize and offer alternatives to government policies. The official opposition holds the government to account and presents an alternative government. Question 137. Which Canadian Prime Minister introduced the Official Languages Act? A. John Diefenbaker. B. Pierre Trudeau. C. Lester B. Pearson. D. Brian Mulroney. Answer. B. Pierre Trudeau. The Official Languages Act was introduced in 1969 under Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. Question 138. What is a coalition government? A. A government formed by all political parties. B. A government formed by a single party. C. A government formed by two or more parties in alliance. D. A temporary government during an emergency. Answer. C. A government formed by two or more parties in alliance. This often occurs when no single party has a majority in Parliament. Question 139. Which Canadian Prime Minister won the Nobel Peace Prize? A. Wilfrid Laurier. B. Lester B. Pearson. C. William Liam Mackenzie King. D. Jean Chrétien. Answer. B. Lester B. Pearson. Pearson won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1957 for his role in resolving the Suez Canal crisis. Question 140. What is the maximum amount an individual can donate to a federal political party per year in Canada? A. $1,000. B. $1,575. C. $3,000. D. $5,000. Answer B. $1,575. As of 2021, the maximum amount an individual can donate to a federal political party is $1,575 annually. Question 141. What is the highest court in Canada? A. The Provincial Court. B. The Supreme Court of Canada. C. The Federal Court of Canada. D. The Court of Queen's Bench. Answer B. The Supreme Court of Canada. The Supreme Court of Canada is the highest court in the country, serving as the final court of appeal. Question 142. What is the principle of habeas corpus? A. Right to a fair trial. B. Right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. C. Right to challenge unlawful detention. D. Right to legal representation. Answer C. Right to challenge unlawful detention. Habeas corpus is a legal principle that protects individuals from unlawful detention by allowing them to seek judicial assessment of the legality of their detention. Question 143. What is the role of the Crown Attorney? A. Defending the accused. B. Prosecuting criminal cases on behalf of the Crown. C. Judging cases in court. D. Enforcing the law. Answer B. Prosecuting criminal cases on behalf of the Crown. The Crown Attorney, also known as a Crown Prosecutor, is responsible for prosecuting criminal cases on behalf of the state or the Crown. Question 144. Which of the following is not a principle of the Canadian legal system? A. Independence of the judiciary. B. Right to a public trial. C. Guilty until proven innocent. D. Right to be tried without undue delay. Answer C. Guilty until proven innocent. The Canadian legal system operates under the principle of innocent until proven guilty. Question 145. What is the role of the RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police? A. Municipal policing. B. Provincial policing. C. Federal policing and national security. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. The RCMP serves at the municipal, provincial, and federal levels, handling a wide range of responsibilities, including national security. Question 146. What is meant by double jeopardy in the Canadian legal context? A. Being charged with two crimes at the same time. B. Being tried for the same crime twice. C. Serving two consecutive sentences. D. Having a jury trial followed by a bench trial. Answer B. Being tried for the same crime twice. Double jeopardy is a legal principle that prevents an individual from being tried again for the same crime if they have been acquitted or convicted. Question 147. What is the Young Offenders Act? A. A law that applies to offenders aged 18 to 25. B. A law that applies to offenders aged 12 to 17. C. A law that deals with elderly offenders. D. A law that provides rehabilitation for first-time offenders. Answer B. A law that applies to offenders aged 12 to 17. The Young Offenders Act was legislation that dealt with criminal charges against individuals in this age group, but it has since been replaced by the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Question 148. What is bail in the context of the Canadian justice system? A. A fine paid after being found guilty. B. Money or property pledged to the court as a guarantee to appear for trial. C. The act of releasing an accused person. D. A document outlining the charges against an accused person. Answer B. Money or property pledged to the court as a guarantee to appear for trial. Bail is a temporary release of an accused person awaiting trial, sometimes on condition of a monetary guarantee. Question 149. What does burden of proof refer to in criminal law? A. The requirement to prove one's innocence. B. The obligation to present evidence in a trial. C. The responsibility of the prosecution to prove the accused's guilt. D. The necessity for the accused to prove the prosecution's case is weak. Answer. C. The responsibility of the prosecution to prove the accused's guilt. The burden of proof lies with the prosecution, which must prove the defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Question 150. What is legal aid in Canada? A. Free legal advice for all citizens. B. Legal services provided at a discounted rate. C. Legal services provided to individuals who cannot afford a lawyer. D. Mandatory legal representation for all criminal cases. Answer. C. Legal services provided to individuals who cannot afford a lawyer. Legal aid is a publicly funded service to ensure that people have access to justice regardless of their financial situation. Question 151. Which legal document guarantees the rights and freedoms of Canadians? A. The Criminal Code. B. The Constitution Act, 1982. C. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. D. The Bill of Rights, 1960. Answer. C. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. This charter is part of the Constitution Act, 1982, and guarantees fundamental freedoms and rights to Canadians. Question 152. What is parole in the Canadian criminal justice system? A. A complete pardon. B. Early release from prison on certain conditions. C. Transfer to a different correctional facility. D. A trial period for young offenders. Answer. B. Early release from prison on certain conditions. Parole allows offenders to serve part of their sentence in the community under supervision. Question 153. Which of the following is not a type of sentence in Canada? A. Conditional discharge. B. Probation. C. Capital punishment. D. Intermittent sentence. Answer. C. Capital punishment. Canada abolished the death penalty in 1976. Question 154. What is the purpose of a pre-sentence report? A. To determine if the accused is guilty. B. To provide a background check on the accused. C. To recommend a sentence to the judge. D. To appeal a guilty verdict. Answer. C. To recommend a sentence to the judge. A pre-sentence report gives the judge information about the offender's background and circumstances to consider when determining a sentence. Question 155. What does mens rea refer to in criminal law? A. Guilty mind. B. Legal reasoning. C. Judicial review. D. Mental incompetence. Answer. A. Guilty mind. Mens rea refers to the mental element of a crime, indicating that the person committed the act intentionally or knowingly. Question 156. What is judicial independence? A. The separation of powers between the branches of government. B. The freedom of judges to make decisions without political pressure. C. The right of citizens to challenge judicial decisions. D. The independence of the judicial branch from the legislative branch. Answer. B. The freedom of judges to make decisions without political pressure. Judicial independence is crucial for a fair and unbiased justice system. Question 157. What is the role of a defense attorney? A. To prosecute the accused. B. To represent the interests of the state. C. To judge the case. D. To represent and defend the accused. Answer. C. To represent and defend the accused. A defense attorney advocates for the accused's rights and interests. Question 158. What is the legal age of criminal responsibility in Canada? A. 10 years. B. 12 years. C. 14 years. D. 16 years. Answer. B. 12 years. In Canada, Children under the age of 12 cannot be charged with a criminal offense. Question 159. What is an indictable offense in Canadian law? A. A minor offense. B. A serious criminal offense. C. An offense only tried in federal court. D. An offense punishable by fine only. Answer: B. A serious criminal offense. Indictable offenses are the most serious category of crimes and generally carry heavier penalties. Question 160. What does the term precedent refer to in legal terms? A. A law passed by Parliament. B. A previous court decision used as a guide for future cases. C. An early version of a legal document. D. A legal principle found in the Constitution. Answer: B. A previous court decision used as a guide for future cases. Precedent is a fundamental principle of common law, where past judicial decisions inform future ones. Question 161. Which document outlines the fundamental rights and freedoms of Canadians? A. The Canadian Constitution. B. The Bill of Rights. C. The Charter of Rights and Freedoms. D. The Rights of Citizenship Act. Answer: C. The Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, part of the Constitution Act of 1982, outlines the fundamental rights and freedoms of all Canadians. Question 162. What is the age requirement for voting in federal elections in Canada? A. 16 years old. B. 18 years old. C. 21 years old. D. 25 years old. Answer: B. 18 years old. Canadian citizens who are 18 years of age or older on election day are eligible to vote. Question 163. Which of the following is not a responsibility of Canadian citizens? A. Serving on a jury. B. Voting in elections. C. Helping others in the community. D. Holding a valid driver's license. Answer: D. Holding a valid driver's license. While it is beneficial, holding a driver's license is not a civic responsibility mandated by law. Question 164. What is the primary responsibility of Canadian citizens to the justice system? A. Attending law school. B. Serving as a lawyer at least once. C. Serving on a jury when called upon. D. Visiting a courthouse annually. Answer: C. Serving on a jury when called upon. It's a civic duty for citizens to participate in the legal process as jurors when summoned. Question 165. What are Canadians encouraged to do to protect their environment? A. Recycle and conserve energy. B. Only use private transportation. C. Keep windows open in winter. D. Use water excessively. Answer: A. Recycle and conserve energy. Canadians are encouraged to engage in environmentally friendly practices like recycling and conserving energy. Question 166. What is a Canadian citizen's responsibility in relation to the law? A. To make new laws. B. To interpret the laws. C. To enforce the laws. D. To obey the laws. Answer: D. To obey the laws. All citizens are expected to abide by the laws of the country. Question 167. What is a fundamental characteristic of Canadian citizenship? A. Tolerance for different beliefs and opinions. B. Preference for a single political party. C. Uniformity in cultural practices. D. Speaking a common language. Answer: A. Tolerance for different beliefs and opinions. Canadian society values diversity and encourages tolerance and respect for different cultures and perspectives. Question 168. How can Canadian citizens contribute to their community? A. Only through financial contributions. B. By running for political office only. C. Through volunteer work. D. By not participating in community events. Answer: C. Through volunteer work. Volunteering is a way for citizens to contribute to the betterment of their community. Question 169. What is a right guaranteed to Canadian citizens? A. The right to free health care. B. The right to live anywhere in the world. C. The right to a fair trial. D. The right to own a pet. Answer. C. The right to a fair trial. The Charter guarantees that anyone accused of wrongdoing has the right to a fair and quick public trial. Question 170. Which of the following is a responsibility specific to Canadian citizenship? A. Knowing the national anthem. B. Paying taxes. C. Understanding the parliamentary system. D. Voting in elections. Answer. D. Voting in elections. Voting in federal, provincial, or territorial and municipal elections is a key responsibility of Canadian citizens. Question 171. Which action is considered a civic duty for Canadian citizens? A. Watching the news daily. B. Attending community festivals. C. Volunteering for military service. D. Helping others in the community. Answer. D. Helping others in the community. Civic duty encompasses various forms of community involvement, including helping those in need. Question 172. What is a key value upheld by Canadian citizens? A. Equality and fairness. B. Wealth accumulation. C. Competitive sportsmanship. D. Entrepreneurship. Answer. A. Equality and fairness. Canada is known for its commitment to equality and fair treatment for all its citizens. Question 173. What does being a responsible citizen in Canada include? A. Speaking at least 2 languages. B. Traveling abroad frequently. C. Respecting the rights of others. D. Owning property. Answer. C. Respecting the rights of others. Part of being a responsible citizen involves respecting the rights and freedoms of fellow citizens. Question 174. What does the right to freedom of expression in Canada entail? A. Speaking only in official languages. B. Expressing opinions freely within the law. C. Publicly criticizing the government at any time. D. Using hate speech without consequences. Answer. B. Expressing opinions freely within the law. Canadians have the right to express their opinions freely, as long as they do not infringe upon the rights of others or break the law. Question 175. What is an obligation of Canadian citizenship? A. Serving in the military. B. Learning a musical instrument. C. Paying taxes. D. Traveling within Canada annually. Answer. C. Paying taxes. Paying taxes is a legal obligation that supports public services and infrastructure. Question 176. What responsibility do Canadian citizens have towards the democratic process? A. Memorizing the names of all prime ministers. B. Running for political office. C. Understanding the issues and voting. D. Watching parliamentary debates daily. Answer. C. Understanding the issues and voting. Being informed about political issues and participating in elections is crucial for a healthy democracy. Question 177. Which of the following is not a right of Canadian citizens? A. Right to privacy. B. Right to free education. C. Right to freedom of religion. D. Right to peaceful assembly. Answer. B. Right to free education. While Canada offers publicly funded education, post-secondary education is not free and is not a guaranteed right. Question 178. Which group is eligible to vote in Canadian elections? A. Permanent residents. B. Canadian citizens. C. Tourists. D. All residents. Answer. B. Canadian citizens. Only Canadian citizens have the right to vote in elections. Question 179. What is an example of exercising one's democratic rights in Canada? A. Shopping at Canadian stores. B. Attending school. C. Voting in an election. D. Driving on highways. Answer: C. Voting in an election. Voting is a direct way to participate in the democratic process. Question 180. What does the Canadian legal system protect against? A. Unfair imprisonment. B. Working on weekends. C. Cold weather. D. Sports injuries. Answer: A. Unfair imprisonment. The legal system ensures that no one is deprived of liberty without due process of law. Question 181. How many provinces does Canada have? A. 10. B. 11. C. 12. D. 13. Answer: A. 10. Canada is comprised of 10 provinces. Question 182. Which region of Canada is known for its large Francophone population? A. British Columbia. B. Quebec. C. Ontario. D. Nova Scotia. Answer: B. Quebec. Quebec has a significant French-speaking population and is the center of Francophone culture in Canada. Question 183. How many territories are there in Canada? A. 1. B. 2. C. 3. D. 4. Answer: C. 3. Canada has 3 territories: Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. Question 184. Which Canadian province is the smallest by land area? A. Prince Edward Island. B. Nova Scotia. C. New Brunswick. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer: A. Prince Edward Island. It is the smallest province in terms of both land area and population. Question 185. Which province is Canada's most populous? A. Quebec. B. British Columbia. C. Ontario. D. Alberta. Answer: C. Ontario. Ontario is the most populous province in Canada. Question 186. Which territory was most recently established in Canada? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. None of the above. Answer: C. Nunavut. It was established in 1999. Question 187. What is the capital city of Canada? A. Toronto. B. Montreal. C. Vancouver. D. Ottawa. Answer: D. Ottawa. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada. Question 188. Which province is known as Canada's breadbasket? A. Saskatchewan. B. Alberta. C. Manitoba. D. Ontario. Answer: A. Saskatchewan. It is known for its agricultural productivity, particularly in wheat production. Question 189. Which Canadian region is primarily known for its oil and gas industry? A. Atlantic Canada. B. Central Canada. C. Prairie provinces. D. Western Canada. Answer: D. Western Canada. Alberta, in particular, is known for its oil and gas industry. Question 190. What is the main industry in the Atlantic provinces of Canada? A. Technology. B. Agriculture. C. Fishing. D. Manufacturing. Answer: C. Fishing. The Atlantic provinces have a long history of fishing due to their extensive coastlines. Question 191. In the context of federal representation, what is a riding? A. A horse racing track. B. A type of bicycle path. C. An electoral district. D. A parliamentary procedure. Answer: C. An electoral district. In Canadian politics, a riding is another term for an electoral district. Question 192. Which province has the most seats in the House of Commons? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. British Columbia. D. Alberta. Answer B. Ontario. It has the most seats due to its large population. Question 193. Which body represents the regions and provinces at the federal level in Canada? A. The House of Commons. B. The Senate. C. The Supreme Court. D. The Governor General's Office. Answer B. The Senate. The Senate is intended to represent the interests of the provinces and territories. Question 194. What is the primary function of members of Parliament, MPs, in Canada? A. Enforcing laws. B. Representing municipalities. C. Representing regions at the federal level. D. Governing provinces. Answer C. Representing regions at the federal level. MPs represent their respective ridings in the House of Commons. Question 195. Which province is known for its large number of lakes? A. Manitoba. B. Saskatchewan. C. British Columbia. D. Ontario. Answer A. Manitoba. It is sometimes referred to as the land of 100,000 lakes. Question 196. Which Canadian region includes Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island? A. Atlantic Canada. B. Central Canada. C. The North. D. The Prairies. Answer A. Atlantic Canada. These provinces make up Atlantic Canada. Question 197. Which Canadian province or territory has the highest proportion of Indigenous peoples? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Nunavut. D. British Columbia. Answer C. Nunavut. A majority of its population is Inuit. Question 198. How is federal representation in the House of Commons determined for each province and territory? A. By the size of the land area. B. By the population. C. Equally for all provinces and territories. D. By the GDP of the region. Answer B. By the population. Seats are allocated roughly in proportion to the population of each province and territory. Question 199. What is the capital of Canada's newest territory, Nunavut? A. Yellowknife. B. Whitehorse. C. Iqaluit. D. Rankin Inlet. Answer C. Iqaluit. It is the capital of Nunavut. Question 200. Which province is bilingual, officially recognizing both English and French? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. New Brunswick. D. Manitoba. Answer C. New Brunswick. It is the only officially bilingual province in Canada. Question 201. What is the highest mountain in Canada? A. Mount Fairweather. B. Mount Logan. C. Mount St. Elias. D. Whistler Mountain. Answer B. Mount Logan. Located in the Yukon Territory, Mount Logan is the highest mountain in Canada and the second highest peak in North America. Question 202. Which of the following is the longest river in Canada? A. Fraser River. B. Yukon River. C. Mackenzie River. D. St. Lawrence River. Answer C. Mackenzie River. Flowing through the Northwest Territories, the Mackenzie River is the longest river in Canada. Question 203. Canada's largest island and the world's fifth largest is A. Prince Edward Island. B. Newfoundland. C. Vancouver Island. D. Baffin Island. Answer D. Baffin Island. Located in the territory of Nunavut, Baffin Island is the largest island in Canada and the fifth largest island in the world. Question 204. The Great Lakes are a group of 5 freshwater lakes that include all of the following XAP. A. Lake Superior. B. Lake Ontario, C. Lake Huron, D. Great Bear Lake. Answer: D. Great Bear Lake. Great Bear Lake is not one of the Great Lakes. It is located in the Northwest Territories. The Great Lakes are Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. Question 205. Which region of Canada is characterized by its vast prairies? A. The Atlantic region. B. The Northern region. C. The Pacific region. D. The Prairie region. Answer: D. The Prairie region. The Prairie region, comprised of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, is known for its extensive and fertile prairies. Question 206. The Canadian Shield is a massive geological shield covered by a thin layer of soil that encircles Hudson Bay and stretches across. A. Eastern Canada. B. Western Canada. C. Northern Canada. D. Central Canada. Answer: D. Central Canada. The Canadian Shield is a vast geological area covering much of central Canada. Question 207. Which Canadian province is the only one not connected to the North American power grid? A. Newfoundland and Labrador. B. Prince Edward Island. C. Nova Scotia. D. New Brunswick. Answer: A. Newfoundland and Labrador. Newfoundland and Labrador operates its own separate power grid. Question 208. The region known for having some of the world's most fertile agricultural land due to its volcanic soil is A. The Rocky Mountains. B. The Okanagan Valley. C. The Prairies. D. The Annapolis Valley. Answer: B. The Okanagan Valley. Located in British Columbia, the Okanagan Valley is renowned for its fertile volcanic soil, conducive to fruit orchards and vineyards. Question 209. What is the primary reason for the Arctic's cold climate? A. Its high altitude. B. Its proximity to the North Pole. C. Its dense forests. D. Its large deserts. Answer: B. Its proximity to the North Pole. The Arctic's cold climate is mainly due to its location near the North Pole, where it receives less direct sunlight. Question 210. Canada's Banff National Park is located in which province? A. British Columbia. B. Alberta. C. Saskatchewan. D. Manitoba. Answer: B. Alberta. Banff National Park, Canada's oldest national park, is located in the province of Alberta. Question 211. Which Canadian city is known for its rainforest climate? A. Toronto. B. Vancouver. C. Montreal. D. Calgary. Answer: B. Vancouver. Vancouver, located in British Columbia, is known for its temperate rainforest climate. Question 212. The Appalachian Mountains extend into which Canadian region? A. The Prairie region. B. The Atlantic region. C. The Pacific region. D. The Northern region. Answer: B. The Atlantic region. The Appalachian Mountains extend into the Atlantic region of Canada, particularly into Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. Question 213. The Hudson Bay lowlands are a vast wetland primarily located in which Canadian province? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. Manitoba. D. Nunavut. Answer: B. Ontario. The Hudson Bay lowlands are primarily located in northern Ontario, with portions extending into Manitoba and Nunavut. Question 214. Which of the following Canadian provinces/territories is not considered part of the Arctic region? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. British Columbia. Answer: D. British Columbia. British Columbia is not part of the Arctic region, unlike Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. Question 215. What natural phenomenon is commonly seen in Canada's northern region? A. Dust storms. B. Aurora borealis. Northern lights. C. Frequent tornadoes. D. Volcanic eruptions. Answer. B. Aurora borealis. Northern lights. The northern region of Canada is known for the aurora borealis, or northern lights, especially in Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. Question 216. Which of the following bodies of water is not one of the Great Lakes? A. Lake Winnipeg. B. Lake Huron. C. Lake Erie. D. Lake Superior. Answer. A. Lake Winnipeg. Lake Winnipeg is not one of the Great Lakes. It is located in the province of Manitoba. Question 217. What geological feature predominantly covers the province of Quebec? A. Desert landscapes. B. Prairies. C. Canadian Shield. D. Rainforests. Answer. C. Canadian Shield. A significant portion of Quebec is covered by the Canadian Shield, a large area of Precambrian rocks. Question 218. Mount Thor, known for having the world's greatest vertical drop, is located in which Canadian territory? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. British Columbia. Answer. C. Nunavut. Mount Thor is located in Nunavut and is famous for its vertical drop of 1,250 meters, 4,101 feet. Question 219. The Gulf Stream affects the climate of which Canadian region by making it milder? A. The Arctic region. B. The Pacific region. C. The Prairie region. D. The Atlantic region. Answer. D. The Atlantic region. The Gulf Stream, a warm Atlantic Ocean current, influences the climate of the Atlantic region, making it milder than it would otherwise be. Question 220. This Lawrence River connects the Great Lakes to which body of water? A. Pacific Ocean. B. Arctic Ocean. C. Atlantic Ocean. D. Hudson Bay. Answer. C. Atlantic Ocean. This Lawrence River connects the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean. Question 221. Which Canadian city is known as the country's wettest city due to its high precipitation levels? A. Calgary. B. Vancouver. C. Toronto. D. Halifax. Answer. B. Vancouver. Vancouver is known as Canada's wettest city because it experiences a significant amount of rainfall, particularly during the winter months. Question 222. Which Canadian province is most known for its harsh winters and heavy snowfalls? A. British Columbia. B. Quebec. C. Ontario. D. Alberta. Answer. B. Quebec. Quebec is renowned for its severe winters, characterized by heavy snowfalls and cold temperatures, especially in regions away from the coast. Question 223. The Chinook is a weather phenomenon that can dramatically increase temperatures in a short period. Where in Canada is this most commonly experienced? A. The Prairie Provinces. B. The Atlantic Provinces. C. Northern Canada. D. British Columbia. Answer. A. The Prairie Provinces. The Chinook is most commonly experienced in the Prairie Provinces, particularly in southern Alberta, where it can cause rapid temperature increases. Question 224. What is the primary reason for the moderate climate found in Vancouver compared to the rest of Canada? A. Its high altitude. B. The Gulf Stream. C. Its inland location. D. The Pacific Ocean's influence. Answer. D. The Pacific Ocean's influence. The Pacific Ocean greatly influences Vancouver's climate, providing it with milder temperatures compared to other parts of Canada. Question 225. The Atlantic provinces are particularly susceptible to what type of severe weather event? A. Tornadoes. B. Hurricanes. C. blizzards, D. heat waves. Answer B. Hurricanes. The Atlantic provinces are more prone to hurricanes, especially during the hurricane season from June to November. Question 226. Which city is known for its dramatic temperature fluctuations, sometimes experiencing all four seasons in one day? A. Edmonton. B. Montreal. C. Calgary. D. Ottawa. Answer C. Calgary. Calgary is known for its unpredictable weather and can experience dramatic temperature changes within a single day. Question 227. The phenomenon of ice fog is common in which Canadian region? A. The Great Lakes. B. The Prairies. C. The Arctic. D. The West Coast. Answer C. The Arctic. Ice fog is a common occurrence in the Arctic region of Canada due to the extremely cold temperatures. Question 228. What type of climate is found in the majority of northern Canada? A. Continental climate. B. Temperate climate. C. Subarctic climate. D. Mediterranean climate. Answer C. Subarctic climate. Most of northern Canada experiences a subarctic climate characterized by cold winters and short, cool summers. Question 229. What is the primary reason for the relatively warm and dry summers in the interior plains? A. Proximity to the equator. B. The rain-shadow effect of the Rocky Mountains. C. Influence of the Atlantic Ocean. D. High humidity levels. Answer B. The rain-shadow effect of the Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains block moisture, resulting in warmer and drier summers in the interior plains. Question 230. Which region of Canada is known for having the country's mildest winters? A. The Arctic. B. The Prairies. C. The West Coast. D. The Atlantic provinces. Answer C. The West Coast. Canada's west coast, especially coastal British Columbia, experiences the mildest winters in the country. Question 231. Which Canadian province is most influenced by the moderating effect of the Great Lakes on its climate? A. Manitoba. B. Quebec. C. Ontario. D. Alberta. Answer C. Ontario. Ontario, particularly the areas around the Great Lakes, experiences a moderated climate due to the influence of these large bodies of water. Question 232. Tornadoes are most common in which Canadian region? A. The Atlantic provinces. B. Northern Canada. C. The Prairies. D. The West Coast. Answer C. The Prairies. The prairies, particularly Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, are most susceptible to tornadoes in Canada. Question 233. What climate feature is characteristic of the Pacific coast of Canada? A. Hot, dry summers. B. Mild winters and abundant rainfall. C. Extremely cold winters. D. Frequent hurricanes. Answer B. Mild winters and abundant rainfall. The Pacific coast of Canada, particularly British Columbia, is known for its mild winters and high levels of precipitation. Question 234. Which factor primarily contributes to the cold, dry climate of the Canadian Arctic? A. Ocean currents. B. High altitudes. C. Its high latitude. D. Proximity to large forests. Answer C. Its high latitude. The high latitude of the Canadian Arctic is the primary reason for its cold and dry climate. Question 235. Lake effect snow is a significant weather phenomenon affecting which Canadian region? A. The Prairies. B. The Atlantic provinces. C. Northern Canada. D. The Great Lakes region. Answer D. The Great Lakes region. The Great Lakes region, particularly areas downwind of the lakes, is affected by lake effect snow, which can cause heavy snowfalls. Question 236. Which city is known as the sunniest city in Canada, receiving the most annual hours of sunshine? A. Victoria. B. Calgary. C. Toronto. D. Halifax. Answer B. Calgary. Calgary holds the title of sunniest city in Canada, receiving the most annual hours of sunshine. Question 237. The nor'easter is a severe winter storm typically affecting which part of Canada? A. The West Coast. B. The Prairies. C. The Arctic. D. The Atlantic provinces. Answer D. The Atlantic provinces. The nor'easter is a type of severe winter storm that typically impacts the Atlantic provinces. Question 238. What type of climate is found on the majority of the Canadian Shield? A. Desert climate. B. Humid continental climate. C. Marine West Coast climate. D. Mediterranean climate. Answer B. Humid continental climate. The majority of the Canadian Shield experiences a humid continental climate, characterized by warm summers and cold winters. Question 239. Which Canadian province is most known for its foggy conditions, especially in coastal areas? A. British Columbia. B. Newfoundland and Labrador. C. Prince Edward Island. D. Alberta. Answer B. Newfoundland and Labrador. Newfoundland and Labrador, particularly the coastal areas, are known for frequent foggy conditions. Question 240. The snowbelt refers to regions with heavy snowfall and is most associated with which Canadian province? A. British Columbia. B. Ontario. C. Quebec. D. Alberta. Answer B. Ontario. The snowbelt regions in Ontario, especially those near the Great Lakes, are known for their heavy snowfall. Question 241. Which Canadian province is the largest producer of oil and natural gas? A. British Columbia. B. Alberta. C. Ontario. D. Quebec. Answer B. Alberta. Alberta is known for its vast reserves of oil and natural gas, making it the largest producer of these resources in Canada. Question 242. What is the primary industry of Newfoundland and Labrador? A. Forestry. B. Fishing. C. Agriculture. D. Technology. Answer B. Fishing. Newfoundland and Labrador have a long history and economy closely tied to the fishing industry, particularly cod fishing. Question 243. Which Canadian province is the leading producer of hydroelectricity? A. Manitoba. B. Quebec. C. Ontario. D. British Columbia. Answer B. Quebec. Quebec is Canada's largest producer of hydroelectric power, harnessing the energy of its numerous rivers. Question 244. In which Canadian region would you primarily find the forestry industry? A. The Prairies. B. The Canadian Shield. C. The Atlantic Coast. D. The West Coast. Answer D. The West Coast. British Columbia's vast forests make it a hub for Canada's forestry industry. Question 245. What natural resource is primarily extracted in the Canadian Shield? A. Fish. B. Timber. C. Minerals. D. Wheat. Answer C. Minerals. The Canadian Shield is rich in mineral deposits, making mining a primary industry in this region. Question 246. Which province is known as the Wheat Province? A. Saskatchewan. B. Ontario. C. Alberta. D. Manitoba. Answer A. Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is a leading producer of wheat in Canada. Question 247. The Athabasca oil sands are located in which Canadian province? A. Alberta. B. Ontario. C. British Columbia. D. Saskatchewan. Answer: A. Alberta. The Athabasca oil sands are one of the world's largest deposits of bitumen and are located in Alberta. Question 248. Which region in Canada is known for its dairy farming? A. Atlantic provinces. B. Northern territories. C. Prairie provinces. D. Central Canada. Answer: D. Central Canada. Quebec and Ontario in central Canada are known for their extensive dairy farming. Question 249. The Okanagan Valley in British Columbia is best known for what agricultural product? A. Wheat. B. Apples. C. Soybeans. D. Potatoes. Answer: B. Apples. The Okanagan Valley is renowned for its fruit orchards, particularly apples. Question 250. Which Canadian territory is known for its diamond mines? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. None of the above. Answer: B. Northwest Territories. The Northwest Territories are home to some of the world's richest diamond mines. Question 251. What industry is most associated with the city of Calgary in Alberta? A. Technology. B. Oil and gas. C. Manufacturing. D. Agriculture. Answer: B. Oil and gas. Calgary is the center of Canada's oil and gas industry. Question 252. Which Canadian province is the largest producer of potash? A. Alberta. B. Manitoba. C. Saskatchewan. D. British Columbia. Answer: C. Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is the world's largest producer of potash, an important fertilizer ingredient. Question 253. The Niagara region in Ontario is famous for producing what type of agricultural product? A. Grains. B. Wine. C. Dairy. D. Seafood. Answer: B. Wine. The Niagara region is known for its vineyards and wine production. Question 254. What is the primary industry in Canada's Arctic regions? A. Forestry. B. Mining. C. Fishing. D. Agriculture. Answer: B. Mining. The harsh climate limits agriculture, making mining for resources like gold and diamonds the primary industry. Question 255. Which province is known for its pulp and paper industry due to its extensive forests? A. Alberta. B. British Columbia. C. Ontario. D. Quebec. Answer: D. Quebec. Quebec's vast forests support a significant pulp and paper industry. Question 256. The Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia is known for producing what? A. Wheat. B. Seafood. C. Apples. D. Beef. Answer: C. Apples. The Annapolis Valley is renowned for its apple orchards. Question 257. In which Canadian province would you find the most cattle ranching? A. British Columbia. B. Alberta. C. Saskatchewan. D. Manitoba. Answer: B. Alberta. Alberta is known for its extensive cattle ranching operations. Question 258. Which region in Canada is known for its abundant fishing due to its proximity to the Grand Banks? A. Pacific Coast. B. Great Lakes. C. Atlantic Coast. D. Arctic Coast. Answer: C. Atlantic Coast. The Grand Banks off the Atlantic coast of Newfoundland and Labrador are rich fishing grounds. Question 259. The city of Sudbury in Ontario is historically associated with the mining of what metal? A. Gold. B. Silver. C. Nickel. D. Copper. Answer: C. Nickel. Sudbury is one of the world's largest nickel mining regions. Question 260. What is the primary industry in the city of Sarnia, Ontario, known as the Chemical Valley? A. Agriculture. B. Petrochemicals. C. Technology. D. Forestry. Answer. B. Petrochemicals. Sarnia is a major center for the petrochemical industry in Canada. Question 261. Which Canadian city has implemented one of North America's first large-scale bike-sharing systems? A. Toronto. B. Vancouver. C. Montreal. D. Calgary. Answer. C. Montreal. Montreal is known for its BISI bike-sharing system, which was one of the first large-scale implementations in North America. Question 262. What is the primary focus of the Canadian Environmental Protection Act, CEP? A. Promoting renewable energy. B. Protecting biodiversity in national parks. C. Preventing pollution and protecting the environment and human health. D. Regulating fishing quotas. Answer. C. Preventing pollution and protecting the environment and human health. The CEPA focuses primarily on preventing pollution and protecting the environment as well as human health from the risks associated with toxic substances. Question 263. The Great Bear Rainforest in British Columbia is notable for which environmental initiative? A. Urban reforestation. B. Sustainable logging practices. C. Hydroelectric power generation. D. Whale conservation. Answer. B. Sustainable logging practices. The Great Bear Rainforest is notable for its implementation of sustainable logging practices, balancing economic needs with environmental preservation. Question 264. Which Canadian province or territory is most affected by melting permafrost due to climate change? A. British Columbia. B. Nova Scotia. C. Ontario. D. Nunavut. Answer. D. Nunavut. Nunavut in the Canadian Arctic is significantly affected by the melting of permafrost due to rising global temperatures and climate change. Question 265. What was the main environmental concern addressed by the Greenbelt Plan in Ontario? A. Urban sprawl. B. Overfishing. C. Air pollution. D. Water conservation. Answer. A. Urban sprawl. The Greenbelt Plan in Ontario was created to protect agricultural land and natural habitats from the pressures of urban sprawl and development. Question 266. The acid rain issue in Canada was primarily caused by emissions from which industry? A. Forestry. B. Mining. C. Automobiles. D. Coal-fired power plants. Answer. D. Coal-fired power plants. Acid rain in Canada was primarily caused by sulfur dioxide emissions from coal-fired power plants. Question 267. Which initiative is Canada a part of to combat climate change on a global scale? A. Paris Agreement. B. Kyoto Protocol. C. Montreal Protocol. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. Canada is a signatory to the Paris Agreement, the Kyoto Protocol, and the Montreal Protocol, all of which are international initiatives to combat climate change and protect the environment. Question 268. What is the primary objective of the Species at Risk Act, SARA, in Canada? A. To protect endangered species and their habitats. B. To regulate hunting and fishing. C. To promote urban biodiversity. D. To classify new species. Answer. A. To protect endangered species and their habitats. The Species at Risk Act, SARA, aims to prevent Canadian Indigenous species, subspecies, and distinct populations from becoming extinct or lost from the wild. Question 269. Which Canadian river has been heavily affected by tar sands oil extraction? A. Fraser River. B. Athabasca River, C. St. Lawrence River, D. Yukon River. Answer: B. Athabasca River. The Athabasca River in Alberta has been significantly affected by the environmental impacts of tar sands oil extraction. Question 270. The Blue Flag program in Canada is used to designate what? A. Rivers safe for industrial use. B. Beaches and marinas meeting high environmental standards. C. Areas designated for wind energy development. D. Wildlife conservation zones. Answer: B. Beaches and marinas meeting high environmental standards. The Blue Flag program is an international eco-label awarded to beaches and marinas that meet strict environmental, educational, safety, and accessibility criteria. Question 271. In which Canadian province did the 1989 Exxon Valdez oil spill have a significant environmental impact? A. British Columbia. B. Newfoundland and Labrador. C. Alberta. D. Nova Scotia. Answer: A. British Columbia. Although the Exxon Valdez oil spill occurred in Alaska, it had a significant environmental impact along the coast of British Columbia. Question 272. The Canadian city of Vancouver aims to become the world's greenest city by which year? A. 2020. B. 2025. C. 2030. D. 2040. Answer: C. 2030. Vancouver has set ambitious targets to become the world's greenest city by 2030. Question 273. The reduction of which greenhouse gas is a primary focus of the Canadian government's climate change strategy? A. Carbon dioxide. B. Methane. C. Nitrous oxide. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. The Canadian government's climate change strategy focuses on the reduction of all major greenhouse gases, including carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Question 274. What is the main purpose of the Canadian Council of Ministers of the Environment, CCME? A. To promote ecotourism. B. To coordinate environmental policies and programs across Canadian jurisdictions. C. To oversee wildlife rehabilitation. D. To manage national parks. Answer: B. To coordinate environmental policies and programs across Canadian jurisdictions. The CCME is an intergovernmental forum for collective action on environmental issues of national and international concern. Question 275. The Clean Air Act in Canada primarily targets the reduction of emissions from what? A. Industrial plants. B. Residential heating. C. Vehicles. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. The Clean Air Act targets the reduction of harmful emissions from various sources, including industrial plants, residential heating, and vehicles. Question 276. The 30 by 30 conservation goal in Canada refers to what? A. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 30% by 2030. B. Conserving 30% of Canada's land and inland waters by 2030. C. Increasing renewable energy use by 30% by 2030. D. Reducing waste by 30% by 2030. Answer: B. Conserving 30% of Canada's land and inland waters by 2030. The 30 by 30 goal is a commitment to conserve 30% of Canada's land and inland waters by 2030 to protect biodiversity. Question 277. Which Canadian city has been recognized for its extensive urban park system and commitment to maintain green space? A. Edmonton. B. Toronto. C. Ottawa. D. Halifax. Answer: A. Edmonton. Edmonton is known for its extensive urban park system, particularly the North Saskatchewan River Valley Park System. Question 278. The Alberta oil sands have raised environmental concerns primarily due to what? A. Deforestation. B. Water pollution. C. Greenhouse gas emissions. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. The Alberta oil sands have raised concerns regarding deforestation, water pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. Question 279. What is the main goal of the Canadian Wildlife Federation, CWF? A. To promote hunting and fishing. B. To ensure the future of Canada's wildlife through conservation and education. C. To regulate the pet trade. D. To manage zoos and aquariums. Answer: B. To ensure the future of Canada's wildlife through conservation and education. The CWF focuses on conservation efforts and educating Canadians about wildlife. Question 280. The David Suzuki Foundation is a Canadian organization primarily focused on what? A. Promoting urban development. B. Wildlife rehabilitation. C. Environmental advocacy and education. D. Marine conservation. Answer: C. Environmental advocacy and education. The David Suzuki Foundation is well known for its work in environmental advocacy and public education on environmental issues. Question 281. Which was the first national park established in Canada? A. Banff National Park. B. Jasper National Park. C. Fundy National Park. D. Yoho National Park. Answer: A. Banff National Park. Established in 1885, Banff National Park was the first national park in Canada and the third in the world. Question 282. What is the largest national park in Canada? A. Wood Buffalo National Park. B. Jasper National Park. C. Banff National Park. D. Groesmoor National Park. Answer: A. Wood Buffalo National Park. Located in Alberta and the Northwest Territories, Wood Buffalo National Park is the largest national park in Canada. Question 283. Which Canadian national park is known for its high tides? A. Pacific Rim National Park Reserve. B. Fundy National Park. C. Coachebougouac National Park. D. Cape Breton Highlands National Park. Answer: B. Fundy National Park. Fundy National Park in New Brunswick is famous for having some of the highest tides in the world. Question 284. In which province is Groesmoor National Park located? A. British Columbia. B. Newfoundland and Labrador. C. Ontario. D. Alberta. Answer: B. Newfoundland and Labrador. Groesmoor National Park is located on the west coast of Newfoundland. Question 285. Which national park is home to the Columbia Ice Field? A. Kootenay National Park. B. Jasper National Park. C. Banff National Park. D. Yoho National Park. Answer: B. Jasper National Park. The Columbia Ice Field, one of the largest ice fields in the Rocky Mountains, is located in Jasper National Park. Question 286. What unique geological feature is found in Yoho National Park? A. Burgess Shale. B. Hot Springs. C. The Canadian Rockies. D. Fjords. Answer: A. Burgess Shale. The Burgess Shale in Yoho National Park is famous for its well-preserved fossils from the Cambrian period. Question 287. What animal is the focal point of conservation in Wood Buffalo National Park? A. Grizzly bear. B. Wood bison. C. Canadian lynx. D. Polar bear. Answer: B. Wood bison. Wood Buffalo National Park was established in part to protect the remaining herds of wood bison. Question 288. Pacific Rim National Park Reserve is known for its A. Desert landscapes. B. Rainforests and coastal landscapes. C. Glaciers. D. Prairie ecosystems. Answer: B. Rainforests and coastal landscapes. Located on Vancouver Island, Pacific Rim National Park Reserve is known for its temperate rainforests and rugged coastal landscapes. Question 289. Cape Breton Highlands National Park is famous for A. The Skyline Trail. B. The Rockies. C. Its desert landscapes. D. Its urban setting. Answer. A. The Skyline Trail. The Skyline Trail offers dramatic views of the Gulf of St. Lawrence and is a highlight of Cape Breton Highlands National Park. Question 290. In which Canadian territory is Invaluable National Park located? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. None of the above. Answer. A. Yukon. Invaluable National Park is located in the northern Yukon and was the first national park in Canada to be created as a result of an Indigenous land claim agreement. Question 291. Which Canadian national park is known for its dinosaur fossils? A. Dinosaur Provincial Park. B. Elk Island National Park. C. Bruce Peninsula National Park. D. Inuit National Park. Answer. A. Dinosaur Provincial Park. Located in Alberta, Dinosaur Provincial Park is world-renowned for the number and variety of dinosaur fossils found there. Question 292. Which national park is located in the Canadian Rockies and known for the Valley of the Ten Peaks? A. Banff National Park. B. Kootenay National Park. C. Jasper National Park. D. Yoho National Park. Answer. A. Banff National Park. The Valley of the Ten Peaks is a notable feature of Banff National Park. Question 293. What is unique about Nahanni National Park Reserve? A. It has an active volcano. B. It features the South Nahanni River and Virginia Falls. C. It's the only park located on an island. D. It's the smallest national park in Canada. Answer. B. It features the South Nahanni River and Virginia Falls. Nahanni National Park Reserve is famous for the South Nahanni River and the spectacular Virginia Falls. Question 294. Which national park is located in the northern tip of Labrador? A. Torngat Mountains National Park. B. Inuit National Park. C. Cloyne National Park. D. Cotinirpac National Park. Answer. A. Torngat Mountains National Park. Torngat Mountains National Park is located at the northern tip of Labrador. Question 295. What feature is Kejimkujik National Park known for? A. Its large glacier. B. Its dark sky preserve. C. Its coastal islands. D. Its volcanic landscape. Answer. B. Its dark sky preserve. Kejimkujik National Park in Nova Scotia is known for its dark sky preserve, offering excellent stargazing opportunities. Question 296. Which Canadian national park is primarily an archipelago? A. Thousand Islands National Park. B. Mingan Archipelago National Park Reserve. C. Guaianas National Park Reserve. D. Point Pelee National Park. Answer. C. Guaianas National Park Reserve. Guaianas National Park Reserve is located in the southern part of Haida Gwaii, an archipelago off the Pacific coast of Canada. Question 297. Inuit National Park is known for which famous mountain pass? A. Burgess Pass. B. Akshayuk Pass. C. Rogers Pass. D. Kicking Horse Pass. Answer. B. Akshayuk Pass. Inuit National Park, located on Baffin Island in Nunavut, is known for the Akshayuk Pass. Question 298. Which Canadian national park is known for its limestone pillars called hoodoos? A. Jasper National Park. B. Waterton Lakes National Park. C. Fundy National Park. D. Writing on Stone Provincial Park. Answer. D. Writing on Stone Provincial Park. Located in Alberta, Writing on Stone Provincial Park is famous for its hoodoos and petroglyphs. Question 299. Cloyne National Park and Reserve is home to A. The tallest mountain in Canada. B. The longest river in Canada. C. The deepest lake in Canada. D. The largest forest in Canada. Answer: A. The tallest mountain in Canada. Cloyne National Park and Reserve in the Yukon is home to Mount Logan, the highest mountain in Canada. Question 300. Point Pelee National Park is known for being A. The most northern point in Canada. B. The most eastern point in Canada. C. The southernmost point of mainland Canada. D. The highest point in Canada. Answer: C. The southernmost point of mainland Canada. Point Pelee National Park in Ontario is known for being the southernmost point of mainland Canada. Question 301. What is the largest sector of the Canadian economy? A. Agriculture. B. Manufacturing. C. Services. D. Natural resources. Answer: C. Services. The service sector is the largest part of the Canadian economy, accounting for around 3/4 of the GDP. Question 302. Which Canadian province is the largest producer of oil and natural gas? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Alberta. D. British Columbia. Answer: C. Alberta. Alberta is Canada's largest producer of oil and natural gas. Question 303. What is Canada's largest export commodity? A. Automobiles. B. Crude oil. C. Lumber. D. Gold. Answer: B. Crude oil. Crude oil is Canada's largest export commodity, reflecting the country's substantial oil reserves. Question 304. Which of the following trade agreements includes Canada? A. NAFTA. B. EU. C. ASEAN. D. SAARC. Answer: A. NAFTA. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, was a trade agreement between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Question 305. What is the primary regulatory body for the Canadian stock market? A. Bank of Canada. B. Canadian Securities Administrators, CSA. C. Financial Consumer Agency of Canada. D. Canada Revenue Agency. Answer: B. Canadian Securities Administrators, CSA. The CSA coordinates and harmonizes regulation for the Canadian capital markets. Question 306. What is the name of Canada's central bank? A. Bank of Canada. B. Royal Bank of Canada. C. Bank of Montreal. D. Toronto Dominion Bank. Answer: A. Bank of Canada. The Bank of Canada is the country's central bank, responsible for monetary policy. Question 307. Which Canadian city is known as the financial capital? A. Montreal. B. Toronto. C. Vancouver. D. Calgary. Answer: B. Toronto. Toronto is considered the financial capital of Canada, housing the Toronto Stock Exchange and major banks. Question 308. Which Canadian province is known for its aerospace industry? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. British Columbia. D. Manitoba. Answer: B. Quebec. Quebec has a significant aerospace industry, with Montreal often referred to as the aerospace capital of Canada. Question 309. What is the term for the economic relationship between Canada and the United States? A. Transatlantic partnership. B. Bilateral trade. C. Cross-border integration. D. Special economic zone. Answer: B. Bilateral trade. The economic relationship between Canada and the United States is often characterized by bilateral trade. Question 310. Which of the following is a major Canadian telecommunications company? A. Verizon. B. Bell Canada. C. Deutsche Telekom. D. Vodafone. Answer B. Bell Canada. Bell Canada is one of the major Canadian telecommunications companies. Question 311. What is the minimum age for employment in most Canadian provinces? A. 12 years old. B. 14 years old. C. 16 years old. D. 18 years old. Answer B. 14 years old. Most Canadian provinces allow individuals to start working at the age of 14, although there are some restrictions on the number of hours and types of work they can do. Question 312. Which Canadian law provides the framework for labor standards, such as hours of work and paid leave? A. Criminal Code. B. Canadian Labor Code. C. Employment Insurance Act. D. Human Rights Act. Answer B. Canadian Labor Code. The Canadian Labor Code sets out labor standards for federal jurisdiction workplaces, covering aspects such as hours of work, paid leave, and minimum wage. Question 313. In Canada, what is the standard duration for maternity leave? A. 6 weeks. B. 12 weeks. C. 52 weeks. D. 104 weeks. Answer C. 52 weeks. In Canada, the standard duration for maternity leave is 52 weeks, although this can vary between provinces and territories. Question 314. Which of the following is not a protected ground under Canadian employment law? A. Age. B. Political belief. C. Marital status. D. Favorite color. Answer D. Favorite color, age, political belief, and marital status are all protected grounds under Canadian employment law, meaning employers cannot discriminate based on these factors. Favorite color is not a protected ground. Question 315. What is the purpose of the Employment Equity Act in Canada? A. To regulate wages across industries. B. To provide health care benefits to employees. C. To achieve equality in the workplace. D. To enforce workplace safety regulations. Answer C. To achieve equality in the workplace. The Employment Equity Act aims to correct conditions of disadvantage in employment experienced by women, Aboriginal peoples, persons with disabilities, and members of visible minorities. Question 316. What is the maximum number of hours most employees can be required to work in a week under federal Canadian labor law? A. 30 hours. B. 40 hours. C. 48 hours. D. 60 hours. Answer C. 48 hours. Under federal Canadian labor law, the standard work week is 40 hours and the maximum is generally 48 hours, except under special circumstances. Question 317. Which Canadian province or territory has its own unique labor laws separate from the federal Canadian Labor Code? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Nunavut. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. Each Canadian province and territory has its own set of labor laws that apply to most workers within their jurisdiction, separate from the federal Canadian Labor Code. Question 318. What does the term severance pay refer to in Canadian employment law? A. Payment for overtime work. B. Compensation upon termination of employment. C. A bonus given for long service. D. Payment for unused vacation days. Answer B. Compensation upon termination of employment. Severance pay is a form of compensation that employees may be entitled to receive upon termination of employment under certain conditions. Question 319. Who is responsible for enforcing health and safety laws in Canadian workplaces? A. Canadian Human Rights Commission. B. Health Canada. C. Provincial and territorial governments. D. Canadian Security Intelligence Service. Answer C. Provincial and territorial governments. Health and safety laws in Canadian workplaces are generally enforced by provincial and territorial governments, though there are federal regulations for certain industries. Question 320. In Canada, what is the federally mandated minimum wage as of 2023? A. $10, 00 per hour. B. $12, 00 per hour. C. $15, 00 per hour. D. There is no federally mandated minimum wage. Answer. D. There is no federally mandated minimum wage. Minimum wage rates are set by each province and territory in Canada. There is no universal federal minimum wage applicable to all jurisdictions. Question 321. Which trade agreement replaced NAFTA in Canada? A. European Free Trade Association, EFTA. B. Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement, CUSMA. C. Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, CETA. D. Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. Answer. B. Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement, CUSMA. CUSMA replaced NAFTA and governs trade between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Question 322. What is Canada's largest export? A. Automobiles. B. Crude petroleum. C. Lumber. D. Pharmaceuticals. Answer. B. Crude petroleum. Crude petroleum is Canada's largest export, significantly contributing to the country's economy. Question 323. Which industry is a major part of Canada's economy, particularly in Alberta? A. Fishing. B. Technology. C. Oil and gas. D. Textiles. Answer. C. Oil and gas. Alberta is known for its oil sands, making the oil and gas industry a major economic sector. Question 324. What is the main focus of the Canadian Technology Triangle? A. Automotive industry. B. High-tech industry. C. Forestry. D. Aerospace. Answer. B. High-tech industry. The Canadian Technology Triangle, in the Waterloo region, is known for its concentration of high-tech companies. Question 325. Which Canadian province is known for its aerospace industry? A. British Columbia. B. Quebec. C. Ontario. D. Nova Scotia. Answer. B. Quebec. Quebec has a significant aerospace industry, with Montreal being one of the largest aerospace hubs in the world. Question 326. What is Canada's main trade policy focus? A. Protecting domestic industries. B. Expanding free trade agreements. C. Increasing tariffs. D. Reducing exports. Answer. B. Expanding free trade agreements. Canada focuses on expanding free trade agreements to promote economic growth and access to foreign markets. Question 327. Which sector is significant for Canada's exports to Asia? A. Dairy products. B. Automotive. C. Agriculture and agri-food. D. Electronics. Answer. C. Agriculture and agri-food. Canada exports a substantial amount of agricultural and agri-food products to Asia. Question 328. In which industry does Canada hold a comparative advantage? A. Textiles. B. Wine production. C. Forestry and lumber. D. Consumer electronics. Answer. C. Forestry and lumber. Canada's vast forests give it a comparative advantage in the forestry and lumber industry. Question 329. Which Canadian province is known for its mining industry? A. Alberta. B. Newfoundland and Labrador. C. Saskatchewan. D. Ontario. Answer. D. Ontario. Ontario has a significant mining industry, particularly in the extraction of precious metals. Question 330. What is the primary purpose of the Canadian International Trade Tribunal? A. Setting tariff rates. B. Resolving trade disputes. C. Promoting domestic industries. D. Negotiating trade agreements. Answer. B. Resolving trade disputes. The Canadian International Trade Tribunal is primarily responsible for resolving trade disputes. Question 331. What is the name of Canada's central bank? A. Royal Bank of Canada. B. Bank of Montreal. C. Canadian Reserve Bank. D. Bank of Canada. Answer. D. Bank of Canada. The Bank of Canada is the nation's central bank responsible for monetary policy, issuing currency, and regulating the country's money supply. Question 332. What is the official currency of Canada? A. Canadian pound. B. Canadian dollar. C. Canadian franc. D. Canadian euro. Answer. B. Canadian dollar. The official currency of Canada is the Canadian dollar, often represented by the symbol dollar or C dollar, to distinguish it from other dollar-denominated currencies. Question 333. Which of the following is not a feature of Canadian banknotes? A. Polymer material. B. Watermark. C. Holographic strip. D. Magnetic ink. Answer. B. Watermark. Canadian banknotes are made from a polymer material and have security features such as holographic strips and magnetic ink, but they do not have watermarks. Question 334. What is the primary role of the Canada Deposit Insurance Corporation, CDIC? A. Issuing loans to businesses. B. Providing insurance for bank deposits. C. Regulating stock markets. D. Printing currency. Answer. B. Providing insurance for bank deposits. The CDIC is a federal crown corporation that provides insurance for eligible deposits at its member financial institutions in case of their failure. Question 335. When was the Bank of Canada established? A. 1867. B. 1934. C. 1955. D. 1971. Answer. B. 1934. The Bank of Canada was established in 1934 and began operations as the nation's central bank. Question 336. What is the largest denomination of Canadian currency currently in circulation? A. $50. B. $100. C. $500. D. $1,000. Answer. B. $100. The largest denomination of Canadian currency currently in circulation is the $100 note. Question 337. Which Canadian banknote features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II? A. $5. B. $10. C. $20. D. $50. Answer. C. $20. The $20 banknote features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the front. Question 338. What does the acronym ATM stand for in banking? A. Automated teller machine. B. Advanced transfer method. C. Authorized transaction mechanism. D. Automatic transaction module. Answer. A. Automated teller machine. An ATM is an automated teller machine that allows bank customers to perform financial transactions without the need for a human clerk or bank teller. Question 339. What is the main objective of the monetary policy in Canada? A. Promoting high employment. B. Controlling government spending. C. Maintaining price stability. D. Regulating foreign exchange. Answer. C. Maintaining price stability. The main objective of the monetary policy conducted by the Bank of Canada is to maintain price stability, which is essential for a healthy economy. Question 340. Which of these services is typically not offered by Canadian banks? A. Mortgage lending. B. Foreign exchange trading. C. Stock market investments. D. Health insurance. Answer D. Health insurance. While Canadian banks offer a range of financial services including mortgage lending, foreign exchange trading, and stock market investments, they typically do not offer health insurance. Question 341. What is the primary agency responsible for the collection of taxes in Canada? A. Bank of Canada. B. Canada Revenue Agency. C. Canadian Public Finance Authority. D. Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Centre of Canada. Answer B. Canada Revenue Agency. The Canada Revenue Agency is the federal agency responsible for the administration of tax laws and the collection of taxes in Canada. Question 342. What type of tax is the Goods and Services Tax, GST, in Canada? A. Income tax. B. Property tax. C. Value-added tax. D. Wealth tax. Answer C. Value-added tax. The Goods and Services Tax, GST, is a federal value-added tax levied on most goods and services sold for domestic consumption in Canada. Question 343. Which of the following is not a type of income tax in Canada? A. Federal income tax. B. Provincial income tax. C. Territorial income tax. D. Excise tax. Answer D. Excise tax. Excise taxes are indirect taxes on specific goods or services like alcohol and tobacco. Income taxes are direct taxes on individual or corporate income, and in Canada, they include federal, provincial, and territorial income taxes. Question 344. What is the highest federal income tax bracket rate in Canada as of my last update in April 2023? A. 15%. B. 29%. C. 33%. D. 37%. Answer C. 33%. As of the last update in April 2023, the highest federal income tax bracket rate in Canada is 33% for individuals earning above a certain threshold. Question 345. Which Canadian province or territory typically does not have a provincial sales tax, PST? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. Alberta. D. British Columbia. Answer C. Alberta. Alberta is known for not having a provincial sales tax, PST, though it still has the federal goods and services tax, GST. Question 346. What is the purpose of the Canada Child Benefit, CCB? A. To provide pension benefits to retired individuals. B. To support low and middle-income families with children. C. To fund public health care. D. To subsidize higher education costs. Answer B. To support low and middle-income families with children. The Canada Child Benefit, CTB, is a tax-free monthly payment made to eligible families to help them with the cost of raising children under 18 years of age. Question 347. What is a tax-free savings account, DFSA? A. A retirement savings plan. B. An education savings plan. C. An account that allows for tax-free investment income. D. A government-funded savings plan. Answer C. An account that allows for tax-free investment income. A tax-free savings account, DFSA, is an account in which contributions, interest earned, dividends, and capital gains are not taxed, even when withdrawn. Question 348. In Canada, what is the deadline for individuals to file their income tax returns for the previous year? A. December 31st. B. April 30th. C. June 1st. D. July 1st. Answer B. April 30th. For most individuals in Canada, the deadline to file an income tax return for the previous year is April 30th. Question 349. Which program is funded by specific payroll taxes in Canada? A. Canadian Pension Plan, CPP. B. Goods and Services Tax, GST. C. Provincial Sales Tax, PST. D. Carbon Tax. Answer. A. Canadian Pension Plan, CPP. The Canadian Pension Plan is funded through payroll contributions by employees and employers to provide retirement, disability, and survivor benefits. Question 350. What is the Harmonized Sales Tax, HST? A. A tax on income earned from investments. B. A combination of the federal GST and the provincial PST. C. A tax on luxury goods. D. A federal property tax. Answer. B. A combination of the federal GST and the provincial PST. The Harmonized Sales Tax, HST, is a combined tax that merges the federal Goods and Services Tax, GST, with the provincial sales tax, PST, in some provinces. Question 351. Which city is known as the most ethnically diverse in Canada? A. Vancouver. B. Montreal. C. Toronto. D. Calgary. Answer. C. Toronto. Toronto is renowned for its multiculturalism, with over half of its residents belonging to a visible minority group. Question 352. What is the approximate population of Canada as of the last census? A. 20 million. B. 38 million. C. 55 million. D. 45 million. Answer. B. 38 million. As per the latest census, Canada's population is approximately 38 million. Question 353. What is the primary language spoken in the province of Quebec? A. English. B. French. C. Spanish. D. Inuktitut. Answer. B. French. Quebec is predominantly French-speaking, with the majority of its population using French as their first language. Question 354. Which Canadian province has the highest percentage of Indigenous peoples? A. British Columbia. B. Ontario. C. Nunavut. D. Saskatchewan. Answer. C. Nunavut. Nunavut has the highest percentage of Indigenous peoples, with the majority of its population being Inuit. Question 355. What is the term used for people who move to Canada from another country? A. Expatriates. B. Immigrants. C. Emigrants. D. Migrants. Answer. B. Immigrants. Individuals who move to Canada from another country are referred to as immigrants. Question 356. What is Canada's policy on multiculturalism? A. Assimilation. B. Multiculturalism. C. Segregation. D. Monoculturalism. Answer. B. Multiculturalism. Canada officially adopted a policy of multiculturalism, which recognizes and respects the diversity of its population. Question 357. Which city is considered Canada's most bilingual? A. Montreal. B. Ottawa. C. Toronto. D. Vancouver. Answer. B. Ottawa. Ottawa, the capital city, is considered Canada's most bilingual city, with a significant proportion of the population fluent in both English and French. Question 358. What is the main objective of Canada's immigration policy? A. To restrict immigration. B. To promote cultural diversity. C. To encourage economic growth. D. To reduce population. Answer. C. To encourage economic growth. One of the main objectives of Canada's immigration policy is to encourage economic growth by welcoming skilled workers and entrepreneurs. Question 359. Which age group constitutes the largest demographic in Canada? A. 0 to 14 years. B. 15 to 64 years. C. 65 years and over. D. 25 to 45 years. Answer B. 15 to 64 years. The largest demographic in Canada consists of those aged 15 to 64 years, which is the working age population. Question 360. As of the last census, which city has the highest population in Canada? A. Vancouver. B. Toronto. C. Montreal. D. Calgary. Answer B. Toronto. Toronto holds the title for the highest population among Canadian cities, according to the last census. Question 361. What is the fastest growing immigrant population in Canada by nationality? A. Indian. B. Chinese. C. Filipino. D. British. Answer A. Indian. Indians have become the fastest growing immigrant population in Canada due to the high levels of skilled workers and students migrating from India. Question 362. In which Canadian province is the largest proportion of the population foreign-born? A. British Columbia. B. Ontario. C. Quebec. D. Alberta. Answer A. British Columbia. British Columbia has the largest proportion of its population being foreign-born, particularly in the city of Vancouver. Question 363. What percentage of Canada's population is made up of Indigenous peoples? A. 1. 5%. B. 4. 9%. C. 2. 7%. D. 3. 8%. Answer B. 4. 9%. Indigenous peoples make up 9% of Canada's population, according to the latest census data. Question 364. What is the largest minority group in Canada? A. South Asian. B. Chinese. C. Black. D. Filipino. Answer A. South Asian. South Asians constitute the largest visible minority group in Canada. Question 365. What is the primary factor for immigration assessed by the Canadian immigration system? A. Education. B. Language proficiency. C. Work experience. D. Age. Answer B. Language proficiency. While all factors are important, language proficiency in English or French is a key assessment criterion in the Canadian immigration system. Question 366. Which Canadian city is known for having the oldest median age? A. St. John's. B. Peterborough. C. Trois-Rivières. D. Charlottetown. Answer B. Peterborough. Peterborough is known for having the oldest median age among Canadian cities. Question 367. What is the name of Canada's program aimed at attracting skilled workers? A. Skilled Workers Program. B. Express Entry. C. Work Canada. D. Skilled Trade Stream. Answer B. Express Entry. The Express Entry system is Canada's immigration program for attracting skilled workers. Question 368. Which Canadian province is known for having the highest birth rate? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. Nunavut. D. Alberta. Answer C. Nunavut. Nunavut has the highest birth rate among Canadian provinces and territories. Question 369. What is the main reason for immigration to Canada? A. Family reunification. B. Economic opportunities. C. Education. D. Asylum. Answer B. Economic opportunities. The majority of immigrants come to Canada for economic opportunities and better living conditions. Question 370. Which Canadian province has a program specifically designed to attract French-speaking immigrants? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. New Brunswick. D. Manitoba. Answer A. Quebec. Quebec has a program specifically designed to attract French-speaking immigrants to maintain its Francophone culture and language. Question 371. What are the two official languages of Canada? A. English and Spanish. B. French and German. C. English and French. D. English and Mandarin. Answer: C. English and French. Canada is officially bilingual, with English and French recognized as the official languages at the federal level. Question 372. In which Canadian province is French the sole official language? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Alberta. D. British Columbia. Answer: B. Quebec. Quebec is the only Canadian province where French is the sole official language. Question 373. Which act makes provisions for the use of English and French in Canadian federal institutions? A. Multiculturalism Act. B. Bilingualism Act. C. Official Languages Act. D. Language Equality Act. Answer: C. Official Languages Act. The Official Languages Act of Canada provides the legal framework for the use of English and French in federal institutions. Question 374. What is the name of the federal institution responsible for promoting bilingualism in Canada? A. Canadian Language Museum. B. Office of the Commissioner of Official Languages. C. Language Council of Canada. D. Canadian Bilingualism Board. Answer: B. Office of the Commissioner of Official Languages. This office is responsible for ensuring the two official languages are supported and promoted in Canadian federal institutions. Question 375. In which year did Canada officially become a bilingual country? A. 1867. B. 1969. C. 1982. D. 1991. Answer: B. 1969. Canada officially became a bilingual country with the passing of the Official Languages Act in 1969. Question 376. Which territory has English, French, and Indigenous languages as its official languages? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. British Columbia. Answer: B. Northwest Territories. In addition to English and French, the Northwest Territories recognizes 11 Indigenous languages as official. Question 377. The majority of Francophones outside Quebec live in which province? A. Ontario. B. New Brunswick. C. Manitoba. D. Alberta. Answer: A. Ontario. Ontario has the largest population of Francophones outside Quebec. Question 378. What percentage of Canadians are estimated to be bilingual in English and French? A. About 10%. B. About 17.9%. C. About 25%. D. About 33%. Answer: B. About 17.9%. As of the latest census, about 17.9% of Canadians are bilingual in English and French. Question 379. Which Canadian province is officially bilingual? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. New Brunswick. D. Prince Edward Island. Answer: C. New Brunswick. New Brunswick is the only officially bilingual province in Canada. Question 380. What is the main purpose of Canada's Official Languages Act? A. To support the teaching of English and French. B. To ensure services are available in both official languages. C. To preserve Indigenous languages. D. To promote multilingualism in Canada. Answer: B. To ensure services are available in both official languages. The Act aims to ensure that federal services are available in both English and French. Question 381. Which Canadian city is known for its strong bilingual culture? A. Toronto. B. Vancouver. C. Montreal. D. Calgary. Answer C. Montreal. Montreal is known for its vibrant bilingual culture, where both English and French are widely spoken. Question 382. The bilingual belt is a term used to describe regions in Canada where there is a high concentration of bilingual speakers. In which region is it primarily located? A. Atlantic Canada. B. Western Canada. C. Central Canada. D. Northern Canada. Answer C. Central Canada. The bilingual belt primarily refers to areas along the border between Quebec and Ontario. Question 383. The federal government provides funding to support minority language education through which program? A. Language Investment Program. B. Official Languages in Education Program. C. Bilingual Education Fund. D. Minority Language Education Grant. Answer B. Official Languages in Education Program. This program supports minority language education and second language instruction across Canada. Question 384. Which city hosts the largest French-speaking population outside Quebec? A. Ottawa. B. Moncton. C. Winnipeg. D. Edmonton. Answer A. Ottawa. Ottawa, being close to Quebec, has a significant French-speaking population. Question 385. How often does the Commissioner of Official Languages publish a report on the status of bilingualism in Canada? A. Every year. B. Every 2 years. C. Every 5 years. D. Every 10 years. Answer A. Every year. The Commissioner of Official Languages publishes an annual report on the status of bilingualism in Canada. Question 386. Road signs in New Brunswick are written in which languages? A. English only. B. French only. C. Both English and French. D. English, French, and an indigenous language. Answer C. Both English and French. As a bilingual province, New Brunswick has road signs in both English and French. Question 387. What is the primary objective of the Francophone immigration strategy in Canada? A. To promote French language outside Quebec. B. To increase the number of French-speaking immigrants. C. To teach French to all immigrants. D. To encourage French speakers to move to Quebec. Answer B. To increase the number of French-speaking immigrants. The strategy aims to enhance the vitality of Francophone communities outside Quebec by increasing Francophone immigration. Question 388. Which Canadian Prime Minister officially introduced the policy of bilingualism? A. John A. Macdonald. B. Lester B. Pearson. C. Pierre Elliott Trudeau. D. Stephen Harper. Answer C. Pierre Elliott Trudeau. Trudeau's government introduced the policy of bilingualism with the Official Languages Act in 1969. Question 389. The Charter of the French Language, also known as Bill 101, is associated with which province? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. New Brunswick. D. Manitoba. Answer A. Quebec. Bill 101 is a law in Quebec that defines French as the official language of the province. Question 390. What is the French equivalent of the term Official Languages Act? A. Loi sur les langues officielles. B. Acte des langues officielles. C. Loi sur le bilinguisme. D. Charte de la langue française. Answer A. Loi sur les langues officielles. Loi sur les langues officielles is the French term for the Official Languages Act. Question 391. Who is considered the father of Canadian poetry? A. Leonard Cohen. B. Margaret Atwood. C. Charles G. D. Roberts. D. Michael Ondach. Answer C. Charles G. D. Roberts. Sir Charles George Douglas Roberts was one of the first Canadian poets to achieve international fame, often called the father of Canadian poetry. Question 392. Which of the following novels is a famous work by Canadian author Margaret Atwood? A. The Handmaid's Tale. B. Life of Pi. C. Anne of Green Gables. D. The English Patient. Answer A. The Handmaid's Tale. This novel is a notable work by Margaret Atwood and has gained international recognition, especially after being adapted into a television series. Question 393. Which Canadian artist is known for his paintings of Canada's west coast? A. Jean-Paul Riopelle. B. Tom Thomson. C. Emily Carr. D. Cornelius Krieghoff. Answer C. Emily Carr. She is known for her paintings inspired by the indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest coast and the landscapes of the West Coast. Question 394. The Group of Seven is famous in Canadian art history for painting. A. Urban scenes of Toronto. B. Landscapes of the Canadian wilderness. C. Abstract interpretations of the Northern Lights. D. Portraits of important Canadian historical figures. Answer B. Landscapes of the Canadian wilderness. The Group of Seven is renowned for their paintings depicting the raw, rugged beauty of Canada's landscape. Question 395. Which Canadian author won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013? A. Alice Munro. B. Robertson Davies. C. Jan Martel. D. Michael Ondach. Answer A. Alice Munro. She won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013 for her masterful short stories. Question 396. The iconic Canadian book Anne of Green Gables was written by A. Lucy Maud Montgomery. B. Farley Mowat. C. Margaret Lawrence. D. Carol Shields. Answer A. Lucy Maud Montgomery. This classic Canadian novel is set in Prince Edward Island and has become a beloved piece of Canadian literature. Question 397. Which Canadian city is known for hosting the world's largest comedy festival, Just for Laughs? A. Toronto. B. Montreal. C. Vancouver. D. Ottawa. Answer B. Montreal. The Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal is the world's largest comedy festival and a significant event in Canadian arts and culture. Question 398. Which Canadian film director is known for movies such as The Fly and A History of Violence? A. James Cameron. B. Norman Jewison. C. David Cronenberg. D. Denis Villeneuve. Answer C. David Cronenberg. He is a Canadian filmmaker known for his work in the body horror genre. Question 399. The iconic song Hallelujah was written by which Canadian singer-songwriter? A. Neil Young. B. Joni Mitchell. C. Leonard Cohen. D. Bryan Adams. Answer C. Leonard Cohen. Hallelujah is one of Leonard Cohen's most famous songs and has been covered by numerous artists. Question 400. Which of the following is a famous Canadian ballet company? A. The Canadian Ballet. B. The Royal Winnipeg Ballet. C. The Montreal Dance Ensemble. D. The Ottawa Classical Ballet. Answer B. The Royal Winnipeg Ballet. It is one of the oldest ballet companies in Canada and North America. Question 401. The prestigious Canadian Literary Award, given annually to the best novel or short story collection, is A. The Atwood Prize. B. The Governor General's Award. C. The Giller Prize. D. The Griffin Poetry Prize. Answer C. The Giller Prize. This is one of Canada's most prestigious literary awards and focuses on fiction. Question 402. Who is the Canadian author of the best-selling book Life of Pi? A. Douglas Coupland. B. Jan Martel. C. Mordecai Richler. D. Timothy Findley. Answer: B. Jan Martel. Life of Pi won the Man Booker Prize for fiction and was later adapted into an Oscar-winning film. Question 403. Which Canadian city is known for its influential theatre festival, focusing on the works of William Shakespeare? A. Calgary. B. Stratford. C. Edmonton. D. Halifax. Answer: B. Stratford. The Stratford Festival is an internationally recognized annual theatre festival. Question 404. Renowned Canadian musician Neil Young is known for which musical genre? A. Pop. B. Classical. C. Rock. D. Jazz. Answer: C. Rock. Neil Young is a celebrated singer-songwriter and musician known for his work in the rock and folk genres. Question 405. Which Canadian music festival is one of the largest jazz festivals in the world? A. Montreal International Jazz Festival. B. Toronto Jazz Festival. C. Vancouver Jazz Festival. D. Calgary Jazz Festival. Answer: A. Montreal International Jazz Festival. This festival attracts thousands of artists and spectators from around the globe. Question 406. The National Gallery of Canada, which houses a vast collection of Canadian and Indigenous art, is located in which city? A. Toronto. B. Ottawa. C. Montreal. D. Vancouver. Answer: B. Ottawa. The National Gallery of Canada is in Ottawa and is a premier art gallery in the country. Question 407. Which Canadian filmmaker is known for directing The Sweet Hereafter and Exotica? A. Adam Egoyan. B. Sarah Polley. C. Guy Maddin. D. Bruce MacDonald. Answer: A. Adam Egoyan. He is a critically acclaimed Canadian director known for his thoughtful and often emotionally complex films. Question 408. The novel The English Patient, which was adapted into an Oscar-winning film, was written by which Canadian author? A. Rowington Mystery. B. Margaret Atwood. C. Michael Ondaatje. D. Mordecai Richler. Answer: C. Michael Ondaatje. The English Patient is one of his most famous works and won the Booker Prize. Question 409. Which Canadian city is known for hosting an annual international film festival, considered one of the most prestigious in the world? A. Vancouver. B. Montreal. C. Toronto. D. Calgary. Answer: C. Toronto. The Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF, is one of the most influential film festivals globally. Question 410. Who is a famous Canadian Inuit artist known for her prints and sculptures? A. Norval Morrisseau. B. Bill Reed. C. Kinojwak Ashevak. D. Daphne Odjig. Answer: C. Kinojwak Ashevak. She was a notable Canadian Inuit artist known for her prints and sculptures, which brought international attention to Inuit art. Question 411. What is celebrated on July 1st in Canada? A. Boxing Day. B. Victoria Day. C. Canada Day. D. Labor Day. Answer: C. Canada Day. Canada Day marks the anniversary of the Confederation of Canada, which took place on July 1, 1867. Question 412. Which holiday is known for featuring parades and green attire? A. Easter. B. St. Patrick's Day. C. Thanksgiving. D. Halloween. Answer: B. St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is associated with parades, wearing green, and celebrating Irish culture. Question 413. Which holiday marks the unofficial start of the Christmas shopping season in Canada? A. Black Friday. B. Cyber Monday. C. Boxing Day. D. New Year's Day. Answer: A. Black Friday. Black Friday, following American Thanksgiving, marks the beginning of the holiday shopping season in Canada. Question 414. When is National Indigenous Peoples Day celebrated in Canada? A. June 21. B. July 1. C. August 9. D. September 30. Answer: A. June 21. National Indigenous Peoples Day is celebrated on June 21st to recognize and honor the cultures and contributions of the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. Question 415. What is celebrated on the second Monday of October in Canada? A. Easter Monday. B. Victoria Day. C. Canada Day. D. Thanksgiving. Answer: D. Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving is celebrated on the second Monday of October. Question 416. Which holiday is a statutory holiday in Alberta and Ontario, commemorating Queen Victoria's birthday? A. Canada Day. B. Victoria Day. C. Labor Day. D. Civic Holiday. Answer: B. Victoria Day. Victoria Day is a public holiday celebrated on the last Monday before May 25 in honor of Queen Victoria's birthday. Question 417. National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is observed on which date? A. September 30. B. October 1. C. November 11. D. December 6. Answer: A. September 30. This day honors the lost children and survivors of residential schools, their families, and communities. Question 418. Which holiday is celebrated on November 11th in Canada to honor military veterans? A. Victoria Day. B. Canada Day. C. Remembrance Day. D. Labor Day. Answer: C. Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day is observed on November 11th to honor those who have served in the armed forces. Question 419. When is Family Day typically celebrated in most Canadian provinces? A. Third Monday in February. B. First Monday in March. C. Second Monday in May. D. Fourth Monday in October. Answer: A. Third Monday in February. Family Day is a public holiday in Canadian provinces meant to give people time to spend with their families. Question 420. Which Canadian holiday is associated with fireworks and bonfires on the eve of May 25th? A. Canada Day. B. Victoria Day. C. Labor Day. D. Thanksgiving. Answer: B. Victoria Day. Also known as May 24, Victoria Day is celebrated with fireworks and bonfires. Question 421. Which holiday, observed on the third Monday in February, is known as Islander Day in Prince Edward Island? A. Family Day. B. Louis Riel Day. C. Heritage Day. D. Islander Day. Answer: D. Islander Day. It's a day off for the general population in Prince Edward Island, and schools and most businesses are closed. Question 422. Louis Riel Day is a statutory holiday in which Canadian province? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. Manitoba. D. Saskatchewan. Answer: C. Manitoba. Louis Riel Day is celebrated on the third Monday of February in Manitoba. Question 423. Heritage Day is recognized in which Canadian province? A. Alberta. B. British Columbia. C. Nova Scotia. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer: C. Nova Scotia. Heritage Day is observed on the third Monday in February in Nova Scotia. Question 424. When is National Patriots Day celebrated in Quebec? A. First Monday of May. B. Last Monday of May. C. Second Monday of October. D. Third Monday of February. Answer. B. Last Monday of May. National Patriots Day commemorates the struggle for democratic rights by the Patriots between 1837 and 1838. Question 425. What is the significance of Discovery Day celebrated in Yukon? A. Marks the discovery of gold, which led to the Klondike Gold Rush. B. Celebrates the discovery of Yukon as a territory. C. Commemorates the discovery of the first Canadian settlement. D. Honors the explorers who first mapped Yukon. Answer. A. Marks the discovery of gold, which led to the Klondike Gold Rush. It is celebrated on the third Monday of August. Question 426. Which day is celebrated in Newfoundland and Labrador to honor the First World War veterans? A. Remembrance Day. B. Armistice Day. C. Memorial Day. D. Anzac Day. Answer. C. Memorial Day. It is observed on July 1st in Newfoundland and Labrador. Question 427. When is Nunavut Day celebrated? A. April 1. B. May 1. C. July 9. D. August 1. Answer. C. July 9. Nunavut Day marks the passing of the Nunavut Land Claims Agreement Act and the Nunavut Act. Question 428. Which holiday is celebrated in August to recognize the abolition of slavery in the British Empire? A. Emancipation Day. B. Freedom Day. C. Liberty Day. D. Independence Day. Answer. A. Emancipation Day. It is observed on August 1st in Canada. Question 429. Fête Nationale is a holiday celebrated in which Canadian province? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Alberta. D. British Columbia. Answer. B. Quebec. Also known as Saint Jean Baptiste Day. It is celebrated on June 24th. Question 430. What is the focus of Orange Shirt Day, observed on September 30th in Canada? A. Celebrating the fall harvest. B. Raising awareness about bullying. C. Honoring residential school survivors. D. Promoting cultural diversity. Answer. C. Honoring residential school survivors. It is a day to remember the experiences of Indigenous peoples in residential schools and commit to reconciliation. Question 431. Which Canadian city hosted the 2010 Winter Olympics? A. Vancouver. B. Toronto. C. Montreal. D. Calgary. Answer. A. Vancouver. The 2010 Winter Olympics were held in Vancouver, British Columbia. Question 432. What is the national winter sport of Canada? A. Lacrosse. B. Basketball. C. Ice hockey. D. Curling. Answer. C. Ice hockey. Ice hockey is considered Canada's national winter sport. Question 433. Which Canadian athlete is known as the fastest man in the world for his sprinting records? A. Donovan Bailey. B. Wayne Gretzky. C. Terry Fox. D. Steve Nash. Answer. A. Donovan Bailey. Donovan Bailey set the world record for the 100-meter sprint at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. Question 434. The Toronto Raptors compete in which professional sports league? A. NFL. B. MLB. C. NBA. D. NHL. Answer. C. NBA. The Toronto Raptors are a professional basketball team that competes in the NBA. Question 435. Which of the following is not a Canadian Football League, CFL, team? A. Ottawa Red Blacks. B. Edmonton Eskimos. C. Winnipeg Blue Bombers. D. Boston Patriots. Answer: D. Boston Patriots. The Boston Patriots are an NFL team, not a CFL team. Question 436. Who is known for the famous goal of the century in ice hockey during the 1972 Summit Series? A. Mario Lemieux. B. Sidney Crosby. C. Bobby Orr. D. Paul Henderson. Answer: D. Paul Henderson. Paul Henderson scored the goal of the century in the 1972 Summit Series against the Soviet Union. Question 437. Which Canadian city is known for hosting the Formula One Canadian Grand Prix? A. Toronto. B. Montreal. C. Vancouver. D. Edmonton. Answer: B. Montreal. The Formula One Canadian Grand Prix is held in Montreal. Question 438. What is the name of the prestigious golf tournament held annually in Canada, part of the PGA Tour? A. The Masters. B. Canadian Open. C. U.S. Open. D. Ryder Cup. Answer: B. Canadian Open. The Canadian Open is a professional golf tournament in Canada, part of the PGA Tour. Question 439. In which sport do athletes compete for the Grey Cup? A. Ice hockey. B. Curling. C. Canadian football. D. Lacrosse. Answer: C. Canadian football. The Grey Cup is the championship trophy awarded annually to the Canadian Football League, CFL, champions. Question 440. Terry Fox is celebrated for his Marathon of Hope, which aimed to raise money for which cause? A. Environmental protection. B. Cancer research. C. Children's education. D. Animal rights. Answer: B. Cancer research. Terry Fox embarked on the Marathon of Hope to raise money for cancer research. Question 441. What is the name of Canada's national men's rugby team? A. The Canucks. B. The Mounties. C. The Maple Leafs. D. The Ravens. Answer: A. The Canucks. The Canucks is the nickname for Canada's national men's rugby team. Question 442. Which Canadian city is home to the NHL team, the Flames? A. Calgary. B. Ottawa. C. Toronto. Vancouver. Answer: A. Calgary. The Calgary Flames are an NHL team based in Calgary, Alberta. Question 443. What is the name of the professional women's hockey league in North America? A. Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA. B. National Women's Hockey League, NWHL. C. Canadian Women's Hockey League, CWHL. D. Premier Hockey Federation, PHF. Answer: D. Premier Hockey Federation, PHF. The PHF, formerly known as the NWHL, is a professional women's hockey league in North America. Question 444. Which Canadian city hosted the Commonwealth Games in 1994? A. Halifax. B. Victoria. C. Winnipeg. D. Hamilton. Answer: B. Victoria. Victoria, British Columbia, hosted the 1994 Commonwealth Games. Question 445. What is the highest honor awarded in Canadian sports? A. Order of Canada. B. Stanley Cup. C. Lou Marsh Trophy. D. Hart Memorial Trophy. Answer: C. Lou Marsh Trophy. The Lou Marsh Trophy is awarded annually to Canada's top athlete, professional or amateur. Question 446. Who is the first Canadian tennis player to win a Grand Slam singles title? A. Eugenie Bouchard. B. Milos Raonic. C. Bianca Andreescu. D. Daniel Nestor. Answer: C. Bianca Andreescu. Bianca Andreescu won the US Open in 2019, making her the first Canadian to win a Grand Slam singles title. Question 447. What is the name of the annual Canadian multi-sport event for amateur athletes? A. Pan American Games. B. Olympic Games. C. Canada Games. D. Commonwealth Games. Answer. C. Canada Games. The Canada Games are a high-level multi-sport event with a national artists program held every 2 years, alternating between the Canada Winter Games and the Canada Summer Games. Question 448. In which Canadian city is the Hockey Hall of Fame located? A. Montreal. B. Toronto. C. Ottawa. D. Edmonton. Answer. B. Toronto. The Hockey Hall of Fame is located in Toronto, Ontario. Question 449. Who was the first Canadian-born player to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame? A. Larry Walker. B. Joey Votto. C. Justin Morneau. D. Ferguson Jenkins. Answer. T. Ferguson Jenkins. Ferguson Jenkins was the first Canadian-born player inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1991. Question 450. Which Canadian city is known for the annual Calgary Stampede, a large rodeo and festival? A. Calgary. B. Edmonton. C. Saskatoon. D. Regina. Answer. A. Calgary. The Calgary Stampede is an annual rodeo, exhibition, and festival held every July in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Question 451. What is the national animal of Canada? A. Grizzly bear. B. Beaver. C. Moose. D. Canadian goose. Answer. B. Beaver. The beaver is an official symbol of Canada, recognized for its important role in the fur trade that shaped the nation's early history. Question 452. Which tree is featured on the Canadian flag? A. Oak. B. Maple. C. Birch. D. Pine. Answer. B. Maple. The maple leaf is a recognized symbol of Canada, prominently featured in the center of the national flag. Question 453. What are the official colors of Canada? A. Green and white. B. Red and white. C. Blue and white. D. Black and red. Answer. B. Red and white. These colors are significant in Canadian heraldry and feature prominently on the national flag. Question 454. Which of the following is not a national symbol of Canada? A. The beaver. B. The blue nose. C. The inukshuk. D. The bald eagle. Answer. D. The bald eagle. The bald eagle is not a national symbol of Canada. It's primarily associated with the United States. Question 455. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or CMP, are often associated with which iconic animal? A. Horse. B. Moose. C. Bear. D. Beaver. Answer. A. Horse. The RCMP, also known as the Mounties, are famous for their red uniforms and association with horses. Question 456. What flower is the floral emblem of Canada? A. Rose. B. Tulip. C. Lily. D. Maple leaf. Answer. The maple leaf. Although not a flower, the maple leaf is considered a national emblem and is often associated with Canada. Question 457. Which Canadian symbol is also a prominent feature on the country's coins? A. The Blue Nose Schooner. B. The CN Tower. C. The Rocky Mountains. D. Niagara Falls. Answer. A. The Blue Nose Schooner. The Blue Nose, a famous racing schooner, is featured on the Canadian dime. Question 458. The Great Seal of Canada, used for state documents, features what animal? A. Lion. B. horse. C. Beaver. D. Eagle. Answer: A. Lion. The lion is a traditional symbol of royal authority and appears on the Great Seal of Canada. Question 459. Which of the following is not a symbol associated with Canada? A. Lacrosse. B. Ice hockey. C. American football. D. The Northern Lights. Answer: C. American football. While popular in Canada, American football is not a national symbol like lacrosse or ice hockey. Question 460. What is Canada's national winter sport? A. Curling. B. Skiing. C. Ice hockey. D. Snowboarding. Answer: C. Ice hockey. Ice hockey is considered Canada's national winter sport and is an important part of the country's culture and identity. Question 461. Who is considered the father of Medicare in Canada? A. William Liam Mackenzie King. B. Tommy Douglas. C. John A. MacDonald. D. Lester B. Pearson. Answer: B. Tommy Douglas. Tommy Douglas was a premier of Saskatchewan and leader of the federal NDP. He is often credited with pioneering Medicare in Canada. Question 462. Which Canadian Prime Minister is known for the phrase, "Just watch me," during the October crisis? A. Pierre Trudeau. B. Jim Tracian. C. Brian Mulroney. D. Stephen Harper. Answer: A. Pierre Trudeau. During the October crisis of 1970, Pierre Trudeau made this remark in reference to how far he would go to combat the FLQ terrorists. Question 463. Who was the first woman elected to the House of Commons in Canada? A. Kim Campbell. B. Agnes MacPhail. C. Nellie McClung. D. Emily Stowe. Answer: B. Agnes MacPhail. In 1921, Agnes MacPhail became the first woman elected to the House of Commons. Question 464. Which historical figure is best known for his role in establishing the Northwest Mounted Police, the precursor to the RCMP? A. Sam Steele. B. Louis Riel. C. John A. MacDonald. D. Sir George Asian Cartier. Answer: A. Sam Steele. Sam Steele was a key figure in the early days of the Northwest Mounted Police, ensuring law and order during the westward expansion. Question 465. Who led the Métis people in the Northwest Rebellion of 1885? A. Big Bear. B. Gabriel Dumont. C. Louis Riel. D. Poundmaker. Answer: C. Louis Riel. Louis Riel was a leader of the Métis people and played a central role in the Northwest Rebellion. Question 466. Which Canadian war hero was known as the Ace of Aces during World War I? A. Arthur Currie. B. John McCrae. C. Billy Bishop. D. Raymond Collishaw. Answer: C. Billy Bishop. Billy Bishop was a top flying ace of the First World War, credited with 72 victories. Question 467. Which Indigenous leader played a key role in forging alliances with the British during the War of 1812? A. Joseph Brant. B. Pontiac. C. Tecumseh. D. Sitting Bull. Answer: C. Tecumseh was a Shawnee leader who sided with the British during the War of 1812 against the United States. Question 468. Who was the first French-Canadian Prime Minister of Canada? A. Louis Laurent. B. Sir Wilfrid Laurier. C. Pierre Trudeau. D. Jim Tracian. Answer: B. Sir Wilfrid Laurier. Sir Wilfrid Laurier served as the Prime Minister of Canada from 1896 to 1911 and was the first Francophone to hold the office. Question 469. Which Canadian physician is credited with the discovery of insulin? A. Frederick Banting. B. Norman Bethune. C. John McCrae. D. Wilder Penfield. Answer: A. Frederick Banting, along with Charles Best Darr. Banting discovered insulin in 1921. Question 470. Who was known as the Voice of the Prairies and played a significant role in the early days of Canadian radio broadcasting? A. Foster Hewitt. B. Mary Pickford. C. Glenn Gould. D. John Defoe. Answer: A. Foster Hewitt. Foster Hewitt was a radio broadcasting pioneer, best known for his hockey play-by-play broadcasts. Question 471. Which Canadian physician co-discovered insulin? A. Frederick Banting. B. Norman Bethune. C. Wilder Penfield. D. John McCrae. Answer: A. Frederick Banting. Frederick Banting, along with Charles Best, played a crucial role in the discovery of insulin, transforming the treatment of diabetes. Question 472. The Canadarm, a robotic arm used on space shuttles, was created by which country? A. United States. B. Canada. C. Russia. D. Japan. Answer: B. Canada. The Canadarm was a Canadian innovation used by NASA on the space shuttle and represented a significant contribution to space exploration technology. Question 473. Which Canadian invention is essential for filmmaking and broadcasting? A. Telephone. B. Electric wheelchair. C. IMAX. D. Basketball. Answer: C. IMAX. IMAX, a motion picture film format and projection standard, was invented by Canadian filmmakers Graeme Ferguson, Roman Croyder, and Robert Kerr. Question 474. The alkaline battery was invented by which Canadian engineer? A. Louis Urey. B. Sanford Fleming. C. Alexander Graham Bell. D. Thomas Wilson. Answer: A. Louis Urey. Louis Urey, while working for the Eveready Battery Company, invented the long-lasting alkaline battery. Question 475. Who is credited with inventing the telephone? A. Alexander Graham Bell. B. James Naismith. C. Reginald Fessenden. D. George Klein. Answer: A. Alexander Graham Bell. Although there's some controversy over the invention, Alexander Graham Bell is officially credited with inventing the first practical telephone. Question 476. The snowmobile, an essential vehicle in snowy regions, was invented by whom? A. Joseph Armand Bombardier. B. Elijah McCoy. C. Henry Woodward. D. Gideon Sunback. Answer: A. Joseph Armand Bombardier. Joseph Armand Bombardier invented the snowmobile, transforming winter travel in snowy regions. Question 477. Who invented the electric wheelchair? A. George Klein. B. Thomas Ahern. C. Frederick Banting. D. Alexander Graham Bell. Answer: A. George Klein. George Klein invented the electric wheelchair, significantly improving mobility for individuals with disabilities. Question 478. Which Canadian is known for inventing the game of basketball? A. James Naismith. B. Reginald Fessenden. C. Mark Henderson. D. John McLeod. Answer: A. James Naismith. James Naismith, a Canadian-American, is credited with inventing the game of basketball in 1891. Question 479. The UV-degradable plastics were pioneered by whom? A. Harry Wasilek. B. Mike Lazaridis. C. James Gosling. D. Percy LeBaron Spencer. Answer: A. Harry Wasilek. Harry Wasilek, along with Larry Hansen, is recognized for pioneering the development of UV-degradable green plastics. Question 480. Who is known for the first successful transmission of a human voice by radio waves? A. Alexander Graham Bell. B. Reginald Fessenden. C. Sanford Fleming. D. Guglielmo Marconi. Answer B. Reginald Fessenden. Reginald Fessenden made significant contributions to the development of radio, including the first transmission of speech by radio waves in 1900. Question 481. Who wrote the music for the Canadian national anthem, O Canada? A. Adolphe Basile Routhier. B. Calixa Lavallee. C. Sir Adolphe Philip Caron. D. Maurice Ravel. Answer B. Calixa Lavallee. Calixa Lavallee composed the music for O Canada, which was originally commissioned by Lieutenant Governor of Quebec Theodore Robitaille for the 1880s. Jean-Baptiste de Cérémonie. Question 482. In what year did O Canada officially become the national anthem of Canada? A. 1967. B. 1980. C. 1939. D. 1867. Answer B. 1980. O Canada was officially proclaimed as Canada's national anthem on July 1, 1980, nearly 100 years after it was first performed. Question 483. Which of the following patriotic songs is often referred to as the unofficial Canadian anthem? A. Maple Leaf Forever. B. God Save the Queen. C. Hymn to Freedom. D. The Banks of Newfoundland. Answer A. Maple Leaf Forever. Before O Canada was officially adopted, Maple Leaf Forever was often used as an unofficial anthem in English Canada. Question 484. What is the French title of the Canadian national anthem, O Canada? A. Mon Pays. B. O Canada. C. La Marseillaise. D. Hymne National du Canada. Answer B. O Canada. The anthem retains the same title in French, with the diacritical mark over the O. Question 485. Who wrote the original French lyrics for O Canada? A. Calixa Lavallee. B. Adolphe Basile Routhier. C. Wilfrid Laurier. D. Leonard Cohen. Answer B. Adolphe Basile Routhier. Adolphe Basile Routhier penned the original French lyrics for O Canada. Question 486. Which Canadian province has its own official anthem? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Newfoundland and Labrador. D. British Columbia. Answer C. Newfoundland and Labrador. The province has its own anthem titled Ode to Newfoundland, which was the official anthem of the Dominion of Newfoundland before it joined Canada. Question 487. What event led to the creation of the Canadian national anthem, O Canada? A. The Confederation of Canada. B. The 1880s Jean-Baptiste Day Ceremony. C. The end of World War I. D. The centennial celebrations of 1967. Answer B. The 1880s Jean-Baptiste Day Ceremony. O Canada was originally commissioned for the 1880s Jean-Baptiste Day Ceremony. Question 488. When was O Canada first performed in its English version? A. 1901. B. 1908. C. 1914. D. 1927. Answer B. 1908. The first known performance of the English version of O Canada was in 1908 at a patriotic concert in Toronto. Question 489. Which of the following statements is true about God Save the Queen in Canada? A. It is the official national anthem of Canada. B. It is the royal anthem of Canada. C. It was replaced by O Canada in 1967. D. It has no official status in Canada. Answer B. It is the royal anthem of Canada. God Save the Queen serves as the royal anthem of Canada, played in the presence of members of the royal family and on certain occasions. Question 490. The English version of O Canada has undergone several changes since its creation. What was the primary reason for these changes? A. To shorten the length of the anthem. B. To make the anthem gender neutral. C. To add references to Canada's natural beauty. D. To incorporate Indigenous languages. Answer B. To make the anthem gender neutral. Changes have been made to the English lyrics to make them more inclusive and gender neutral. Question 491. When was the current flag of Canada officially adopted? A. 1867. B. 1965. C. 1982. D. 1999. Answer B. 1965. The current Canadian flag, often referred to as the maple leaf, was inaugurated on February 15, 1965. Question 492. What is the main symbol on the flag of Canada? A. A beaver. B. A maple leaf. C. A fleur-de-lis. D. A Commonwealth star. Answer B. A maple leaf. The flag of Canada is characterized by its central white square and a single red maple leaf. Question 493. Which of the following is not one of the official symbols of Canada? A. The beaver. B. The Canada goose. C. The blue nose. D. The Canadian horse. Answer B. The Canada goose. While the Canada goose is strongly associated with Canada, it is not one of the official national symbols. Question 494. What does the red color on the flag of Canada symbolize? A. Prosperity. B. The blood shed by Canadians during World War I. C. The Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. D. Loyalty and impartiality. Answer B. The blood shed by Canadians during World War I. The red color is said to symbolize the blood shed by Canadians during World War I, reflecting their bravery and sacrifice. Question 495. Which animal is an official symbol of Canada recognized by the Royal Canadian Mint? A. Polar bear. B. Beaver. C. Moose. D. Canadian goose. Answer B. Beaver. The beaver is an official symbol of Canada, recognized by the Royal Canadian Mint. Question 496. What does the white color on the flag of Canada symbolize? A. Peace and tranquility. B. Snow and winter. C. Purity and innocence. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. The white color on the Canadian flag symbolizes peace, tranquility, purity, innocence, as well as Canada's snowy winters. Question 497. What is depicted on the coat of arms of Canada? A. A lion and a unicorn. B. A bear and a deer. C. A maple leaf and a beaver. D. An eagle and a salmon. Answer A. A lion and a unicorn. The coat of arms of Canada features a lion and a unicorn, symbolizing Canada's ties to the United Kingdom. Question 498. The maple leaf has been a symbol of Canada since A. The 1500s. B. The 1700s. C. The 1800s. D. The 1900s. Answer B. The 1700s. The maple leaf began to serve as a symbol of Canada from the 18th century onwards. Question 499. How many points does the maple leaf on the flag of Canada have? A. 9. B. 10. C. 11. D. 12. Answer C. 11. The maple leaf on the Canadian flag has 11 points. Question 500. What is the significance of the red and white colors of the Canadian flag? A. They were the colors of the St. George Cross. B. They are the official colors of the French tricolor. C. They were the colors used by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. D. They represent Canada's cultural diversity. Answer: A. They were the colors of the St. George's Cross. Red and white were declared the official colors of Canada in 1921 by King George V, inspired by the colors of the St. George's Cross.